What are we doing?
We are driving through Abilene, Texas.
Ovalo.
Is that where we are?
Yeah, Abilene's the big city.
Oh, okay. So we're driving through Ovalo, Texas on our way to Jeff Braun's house. And as soon as we turned onto this back roads gravel road, we saw a hog running wild that was like the size of a dog, you know, not like a little pig, but something that was pretty significant in size. And it jumped over a fence. So we're passing the Four Seasons Ranch apparently. And so far this is our definition of what Texas really is like. What the f was that?
What?
That was something. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
There's like an animal hanging from the fence.
Yep.
Yeah, we can't not.
No. Go.
That was it. Was that it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no, he didn't make the jump.
There's two of them. Holy
Proceed to
crap.
the route.
There's another one right here. Look. That's why I'm like, do they hang?
Oh. No, they didn't make the jump. I'm pretty sure they didn't make the jump.
What are they?
No.
There's three of them. There's no way. This is
No,
like,
this is by design.
wow. Okay, well we gotta get
This is to send a message.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, are these like jackrabbits or something? They're massive. So we've clearly entered into some sort of Texas Chainsaw Massacre situation. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, into the car.
Let's get out of here.
Into the Acura.
Oh, good. A fork in the road with no more directions.
Take a slight right turn.
This isn't a road anymore.
What? This.
Like, that's what I'm terrified of. Is like the random people we're passing. They're like,
We're
hey,
gonna.
they know. The feds are here.
They've seen too much.
Exactly. Dude, look at this. This
Oh, this. I don't know. He said top of the hill. We're at the top of the hill. I think we're at the top of the hill. There's a metal building. Well, that's a metal building. Okay, that's like a hunting tower.
Yeah, exactly. So we're definitely not in his driveway.
Maybe we walked into like his own game.
This could be like,
Answer this riddle.
what is wet and always dry? I don't know. Wrong answer. Sean! Hello.
Hey, where are you guys?
That's a really good question. We're stopped in front of Steamboat Mountain Ranch. Does that mean anything to you?
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Oh.
you're on 84?
Are we pretty far off?
I think so. Obviously, your GPS didn't find it on your phone. Putting in our address.
Yeah.
Didn't work, huh?
Yeah.
Steamboat Mountain Road. Yeah, see that?
Oh, ranch.
Steamboat.
No, sorry, Jeff. We're in front of a Steamboat Mountain Ranch. Like it's a person's ranch.
Oh, yeah, I don't know where that is. Let's see. What can we? Well, we'd come and get you if I knew where you were, but Steamboat Mountain Ranch.
Can you like start a signal fire of some sort?
A signal fire? Yeah,
I'm serious. Okay, we'll drive to Ovalo and then we'll start from there. That's a good place to start for us. Found it.
Well, you think you found it.
Right. Yeah.
This is a house.
This is a house. Okay. This is interesting. Should we park right?
Yeah, just pick a bay.
You made it. Yeah. Good to see you.
We got a little bit of light.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got lost a little bit. Good to see you.
We'll be okay. You as well. Thanks for
Yeah,
having us.
yeah,
So
no
obviously,
problem.
you know Sean.
Yeah. good,
So
Sean.
give us a quick, before we lose the sunlight, like outside tour of this crazy place.
Okay, so it's a metal building, and it's a giant shop with a small house attached.
Okay.
And that door back to this, that walk-in door back to here is pretty much our living quarters, and from there all the way to there is all race car shop and toys and motorcycles
Right.
and all that kind of stuff.
And you guys ran everything from go-karts all the way up to Formula cars for Colin's career.
Yeah, from the start, quarter midget stuff, right through go-karts to Formula Renaults. We ran all that out of here, and now we just kind of play with it. We still have the go-kart
Yeah,
track.
you have your own go-kart track over there, which
Yep.
you were saying is like a 26-second lap. So
Yep.
you want to go have a look at it real
Okay,
quick?
sure. Yeah. So this is the front straightaway.
Okay.
And you wheel out right from there and
Right.
right out to the go-kart track. And racing season has kept me from mowing the grass here lately.
Sure.
But
Job's getting in the way.
yeah, so that way around, there's a couple crossovers you can see, so you can configure it differently. You can go backwards, you can do
Right.
whatever you want. But Colin basically, from the time he was 8 years old, started racing here. We did all the work ourselves, all of these tires. We got these tires, we drilled 4 holes in them, tipped them upside down, and stacked them all up.
Right.
And
Yeah, it looks like FIA curbing and walls. You're good to go.
They've reached the tire walls a few times.
So I guessed that was like a missile silo, and then that was where the elevator was that went down to the underground. Like,
We'll go with that.
okay, yeah. So
No.
that's probably what that is.
Actually, it does go down under the ground to our water well.
No, neat, right?
That's what
So-
that is.
So not
That's
exactly
our-
what I thought.
No,
yeah.
but it sounds your version sounds a lot
yeah,
better.
right.
Yeah. In here, and you have. So that's the well.
Okay.
Straight
Yep.
down 200 feet.
Uh-huh.
Pumps it out through there, through the filters, through the softener, back into the house.
I'm gonna guess you built this.
I did.
Yeah, of course, right?
I did. They gave us a hole in the ground with a pipe running out that ran that way, and I went, yeah.
I can do better.
I think we need a pre-filter, we need a carbon filter, we need a 5-micron filter, a water softener, a UV filter, and then that goes through here down into the house.
Of course.
That's what you need.
You gotta have it.
Right.
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 So this is like the engineering,
This is
home
the
engineering office.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. This is where I spend most of the time trying to figure out how to make race cars go faster.
Right. Right.
And a collection of cool stuff, helmets. Most of those are Collins helmets. I guess you got Michele Alboredo's helmet.
Oh,
I like that.
That's amazing. And then you created your own walking desk here.
Yeah, because I have to spend so much time on the computer that I can then turn those monitors on and walk while I work.
Sure. Yeah, that's
Try not
awesome.
to get too fat.
I know so many people that would do that.
Yeah, yeah, it works out.
Got the workout room, which was formerly also a
Workout
classroom.
used to be the homeschool
Right.
area. We had a couple desks there, and they would do their homeschool and then turn around and go work on the go-karts.
Right.
Or it was actually really handy. You know, be like, okay, we're going to study fractions. Oh, I don't like fractions. Just a minute. Get up. Look at this go-kart. How many teeth on the front gear? How many teeth on the rear gear? Okay, divide those two. Oh yeah. Okay, so watch when the engine turns once, the wheel turns a sixth of that. Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Right.
Fractions.
Yeah, fractions are
Done.
cool.
Fractions
Right.
are now cool.
Yeah, no one ever did that for me.
Right. So this is the machine shop, and this weird thing is a float pot. It's basically a spa that you can lay in that is full with Epsom salt, so you float in it.
Right.
And it's a really relaxing. It's like a spa that you normally a whirlpool kind of spa, but it's just way relaxing. So after a race weekend, this is like. Whew.
This is awesome. I've never seen one of these before, and I didn't even see it when we were walking around. And yeah, like.
So when the tornadoes come, you jump in here, and we have a little TV and our
Oh yeah, look at that.
which is all hooked up to, and the weather radar and all that kind of stuff. And then we've got a battery in here with a power inverter, and this battery is on a
Oh, it's like a car battery.
battery tender.
Right, sure.
So it'll power this whole thing, the fans and everything, for about 3 or 4 hours.
Nice.
Off the battery if we lose the power.
And it's bolted to the floor, you said?
It's bolted to the floor in about 40 different half-inch lag bolts straight into the concrete. And then this is thick steel.
Right. I noticed it has a lifetime warranty, so you're probably going to be okay. Yeah.
I never noticed that. Lifetime warranty. I guess if you got hit by a tornado and this failed, your life would be
You're
over,
like, hey,
so
I
you
had
wouldn't
a
have to
warranty.
warranty. Right, it wouldn't have to warranty it. So 23.3.
So 2030,
31 is
2031 is, sorry, 2331 is the lap record for the go-kart track. Is the go-kart track named?
Mesa Vista Speedway.
Oh, well, there you go. Mesa Vista
We
Speedway.
named our ranch Mesa Vista because the view you guys saw is view of the mesas. Mesa
Okay.
Vista.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. We have, of course, the track records here for everybody. We're weird. I know. It's weird. There's Colin.
So it's not just like, yeah, no, I did a 22.
Oh no, this
Yeah,
is
it's like, yeah, let's see the data.
So here's the data. Let's see, 2316 on a YGC tire, 710 with a JICA motor in 2001.
928.01.
Right, 92801.
Yeah.
So you,
Oh, wait, and this is, you got your class.
right, the class
And then you
and
have-
the tire,
Okay.
because it mattered what tire you were on. Let's see what we have.
Well, thanks again for showing us your home. I know
No
it's kind of
problem.
intrusive for some people, but you were very willing to show us. And I
No,
think
no.
a lot of people are going to get a kick out of this.
Cool.
'Cause this is like racer heaven. So awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks
no
a lot.
problem. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
It's good.
Bill Riley.
Get older, think about things.
Yeah, our line of work, it's always out there. You probably don't even hear it when it happens, right?
All right, I think we're live.
Are we live?
I think we're live. Are we live? I'm guessing we're live. We'll just assume we're live. Hello!
Let's just go with it.
Welcome to Thursday Night Blunder. I am Sean Heckman, and we are back for one more week with, well, who's that on the other end?
Me?
You.
Who, me? Oh, I'm Ryan Eversley
All
from
right.
Dinner with Racers.
I've heard of you. We're going to bring you on screen. There he
We've
is.
met.
Oh,
We've met.
Look at you all up in your place.
Yeah, I'm in my home.
Very good. And
It's a rare thing these days,
That's,
as you know.
That's what I was thinking. So, but not only are you at your home, we're going to go away from you again. We're in, what city are we in there?
Looks like we're hanging out in, I believe they call it the Queen City
Yes,
of
they do.
Charlotte, at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where we recently hung out not too far from there.
We did. I was just thinking about
Yeah.
this. Like, we were there a year ago, when in fact it was only 6 weeks ago or less. In fact, I think it was 5 weeks ago. In the last 5 weeks, we
Yeah.
were there. We had some lunches and some dinners with, well, I guess it's all public now, what we did.
Right.
But we met with some Suarez's, some Almondingers, some McLaughlins.
That was a good Charlotte stop.
That
Good
was a
month for Charlotte.
It was a good
Yeah.
month for being in Charlotte, and that was literally maybe 6 weeks ago at the most.
Right.
In that
yeah.
time, we've had lunch and dinner with all those folks. We started. We got this league going again. We got a bunch of podcasts out. A Thanksgiving rolled around, and then now it's December.
Yeah, just like
Yeah,
that.
there we are.
And it'll be Daytona in like 2 days.
Yeah, you have fun with that. So I'm not going to miss that at all. But here we are at Charlotte. So we had a little bit of a change of plans. Those of you who saw us close out the events 2 weeks ago before we took the Thanksgiving break, we mentioned that we were going to have a different race than we're having right now. Our guest of honor had a little bit of a schedule conflict, so we will return to the event we promised in a couple weeks. So we put this together last minute. We are doing some heat racing at Charlotte with Formula V. Formula V. Heat racing. We've actually never done heat racing, Ryan.
No, it should be a pretty exciting. I think everybody's going to get a chance to have some sort of airtime and we'll be able to make fun of or be impressed by most of the racing action that we see tonight.
Exactly. So these, by the end of this race, you'll probably be a little bit Formula V'd out, but we'll go ahead and watch some track racing because this is like our third Formula V race in 4 races. But because this came together so last minute, we decided to run with Formula Vs again, reuse the same paint jobs that a lot of people have been using. But we're going to try something new, something we've never done before with heat racing. So it's all Formula Vs, just like we had 2 weeks ago at Monza, but rather than on a giant, sprawling, open road course, we're instead headed to the Legends Oval course here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The Legends Oval is the oval within the oval, if you will. They call it the Legends course because, of course, it's used to having tiny little Legends cars race there. And Formula Vs are probably not any quicker. So this is a fixed setup race, which means that there are no open setups. People aren't showing up with their own customized suspension geometries and tire pressures and you name it. What we told them to race is what they are racing. So, Ryan, what's really going to show in this one?
Well, it's going to come down to the driver.
Obviously. Because
And
we're all about
also,
talent.
whoever figures out whatever dumb thing the game will let you do, or whoever takes out the most people and gets away with it.
Yeah, exactly. So that is
but still, that's coming down to the driver.
So that is the beauty of this kind of heat racing. With heat racing, it's going to be a little different than what you're used to seeing. Normally we have these 40-minute races where they'll go for however many laps, from green to checker, and we see what happens. Here it's going to be like a half dozen tiny races. So the way this is going to work is in about 20 minutes they're going to stop practice. Marco, by the way, I don't know if it's intentional, but we still have the title screen up. I don't know if that's a mistake on our end or not. There we go. We are watching practice right now. There's about 25 minutes left. And the way it's going to work is, remember this. This is the critical component to this entire night. Finish in the top 5. Whatever you're watching, finish in the top 5. If you're in the top 5, you're in an okay spot. So they're going to practice for another 25 minutes. And then we're going to have an open qualifying with something in the, I don't know, Marco, any idea how many cars are probably in the event right now?
Right now, we have 34 entries.
34 entries, okay.
Nice.
And we still have about 25 minutes for people to join in. At Monza 2 weeks ago, we had about 51 or 52 cars in. So if we get somewhere close to that, it should make for a really, really spectacular deal. So basically, all of these cars all at once are going to go qualify. When they qualify, it'll be a 5-minute open session, just like normal, where you have to set your fastest lap. Now, here's where it gets fun. In qualifying, the top 5 people will make it to what's called the feature race. So if you qualify in the top 5, you're good. You're going to be in the big show. The big show is not until the end. So if you qualify in the top 5, you're not going to be racing for a little bit. It's going to be a good 20, 30 minutes you have off. And then it's going to go down to our heat and consolation races. So just to give a quick rundown how this will work is everybody that is in the top 5 will get put into 2 heat splits, which will set the sum of the grid from there. So basically, positions 6 on down, they'll be split into 2 heats. And then once those heats happen, Ryan, where do you want to finish?
Top 5.
Top 5. If you get in the top 5, you're also going to that big feature race. And that's basically how it's going to work. So we'll have 2 heat races. So 5 people from qualifying, 2 different heat races, top 5 from there. That's 15 cars making the final. Are you confused yet? Because it's about to get worse. Because from there it goes to the consolation races. So depending on how many cars show up tonight, it'll go down to like a D main or an E main, maybe a C main. We will see. But the lower the letter, the more consolation races there's going to be. So if, let's say there's 30 cars left over and we have a C main. If you finish in what position, Ryan?
Top 5.
Top 5. If you finish in the top 5, you go from the C main to the B main. And if you get in the B main, your goal is to get to the A main. The A main is what's called the feature race. That's the big one that closes out and decides who the winner of the race is. So the whole goal is getting to that A main. So the B main, we're not sure how many people are going to make it in because it's going to be 1 or 10. We're not quite sure because iRacing is a little bit weird in how the system works. So the E main, the D main, the C main, top 5 for all of those. Then the B main is the sort of the what's called the LCQ, the last chance to make the big show. Either the winner of that race or the top 10. We're not sure yet. We'll find out when we get there. they'll advance to the A main, otherwise known as the feature. And then the feature race happens, which is all those people who qualified, all those people from the heat races, all the people that sort of made that last chance. But there's a catch, and this is where strategy is going to really play a role. This is, of course, Thursday Night Blunder. So, hey, Ryan, if we had a chance between running in a sort of traditional starting lineup or inverting the entire field, which are we going to do?
Oh, well, we're inverting the entire field.
We're absolutely inverting the entire field. Correct. So, let's say you're the top qualifier. So you made the big show by qualifying first. You're safely in the show. You can take the next several races off. Where are you going to start in the big race, Ryan?
You lost me.
Oh, you're going to start dead last. You're going to start dead last. So for the people that qualify well or win, it'll make sense when we get going. How about that? Jeff Braun will make it. Jeff Braun's going to get all of it.
We're inverting the field.
We're inverting the field. So the pole sitter has to start last, which means you can take, if you're really, really fast, you can take the strategy of securing yourself into the big race, getting in the feature, but you're going to be starting last in a 25-lap feature race. And last in a 25-lap feature race where yellows may not happen may be a tough thing to do.
Yeah. The reason I couldn't follow your inversion of the field there, Sean, is because the highlights we're seeing here from practice are absolutely phenomenally bad.
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, this should be good. And of course, the beauty of this one's going to be with all of these different heat races and all these cutoffs to make it to the next round and so on, it means that every race is going to be important if you're in 6th or 7th place.
Yeah.
So our hope is that we'll present 6 or 7 really small races, but it'll be an epic fight for 5th in every single one of them. And that's what we want to see.
Yeah, and if you're a sports car racing fan that doesn't really follow short track, dirt track racing, stuff like that, this is a fairly common platform that they use to kind of figure out who's going to end up in the main race. And Patrick Lindsay, we were riding on board with him a few minutes ago. He's sporting a Jamaica livery, and I was thinking since in honor of, as we see Patrick's livery right there, maybe the feature race should be called the Big Money Race.
Oh, we will call that the Big Money Race in honor of our friends at Dover Raceway.
Yeah.
That is the Jamaican bobsled car. And, of course, now that it's out, that our TV show, who knows where it's going to be. But, of course, we have met some stars from the Jamaican bobsled team, old Kari Russell and Audra Segree, who will be, I believe, competing in less than 3 months at the 2022 Winter Olympics.
Yeah, I still tell people that was one of the best like that bowl of pasta. I know I've told you this a million times.
Yeah.
But that bowl of pasta was one of the best meals I've ever had.
Yeah, no, it was exceptional. And it was this random little restaurant that you wouldn't, it was in an office building.
Yeah, it was like right across the street from the police department.
Yeah, it was the police department and like a bunch of CPAs and lawyer offices above us. Like you would have never known that there was this really nice restaurant in the middle.
And our van was overheating as we were trying to parallel park it and like get it in this little tiny parking spot. And we didn't know as we were eating dinner if we were going to go outside and have a car that still worked. Yep,
exactly. Courtesy of Hertz Jamaica, who offered me a $50 credit next time I go to Jamaica.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, never use Hertz Jamaica. Just saying that.
Yeah, don't ever use Hertz Jamaica.
Marco, if you ever go to Jamaica,
don't do it.
Don't do Hertz.
Don't do Hertz.
Noted.
Okay,
thank you.
You're welcome. Speaking of Marco is with us once again. He will be our eyes and ears during this event. Our normal admin Tyler is not here this week, but Marco is, and he's going to be giving us these beautiful pictures. Marco, what is it, like 3 in the morning over there?
Jeez.
No, just 1:45. It's a bit earlier, so
easy times. Yeah. So what should we expect tonight? Because you've done a bunch of these heat races.
I mean, this is fun from the first green flag to the last checkered flag, in my opinion. And with these cars, actually, me and my friends have a habit in week 13 in iRacing to watch the day the street stocks are here. The rookie street stocks are at Charlotte Charlotte Legends. We watch a lot of races in the bottom split because it's basically this kind of action.
Yeah.
But with angry
kind of
people.
Quality competition. Now, Ryan, this is just going to be a conversation for the three of us because whatever. So while we were killing time getting everything set up, Marco and I had a conversation. We actually, for once, talked about race cars.
Oh.
But
no. What's his thing?
Yeah. He's been on a YouTube trip of late 2000s ALMS.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would like to remind you, we're in an amazing time for sports car racing in terms of the quality of cars and competition. Marco, straight to late 2000s ALMS.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Yeah. It made me so proud when he started asking me about some of the rule specs of that time.
He's like, do you know Dick Barber?
All right, we're going to earmark, remember, Tyler Tucker. Now, I don't want to go too much into this because I want to show this to Jeff Braun when he comes in a few minutes. But Tyler Tucker's, Marco noticed Tyler Tucker's livery here, and I was very proud of it. Wait till you see the nose. But we'll get into that in a minute. Let's see, is he here? No, he's not here. Anyway, we do have, speaking of Jeff Braun, we do have a guest of honor coming, Mr. Jeff Braun. In fact, behind John Cantu there's a blue car. Oh, that is John Cantu. I thought it was Robert. So if we look at John Cantu's car very closely here, John is running a very special livery. Oh, did he just reset when I said that? There we go. John is running the Robert Hibby designed Mesa Vista Coffee Formula V, and that is because Mesa Vista Coffee is owned by who, Ryan?
That'd be Mr. Jeff Braun himself.
And why do we bring up Jeff Braun tonight?
I mean, well, amongst many reasons, he is a legendary sports car driver. He's also been, I'll just tell you, I'm getting a political call.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever had that? I've never seen that before.
I don't know. Does it say political call?
It said political call on the caller ID.
Huh. Okay, I've never seen that. Anyway, go on.
All right. Yeah.
Here, show the camera. Is it too late? Is it still showing?
Yeah, I canceled it.
Oh, too bad. All right.
That's a new one. Chat room, if that's happened to you before, let me know, because that's a new one.
Yeah.
Jeff Braun is a legendary engineer of sports car racing and one of our earliest guests that we had on the podcast. And we actually went to his house and spent time with him and his lovely wife and had dinner in their kitchen, which is also like 10 feet from the shock dyno. And he's just become a regular staple of Dinner with Racers and started making his own coffee, which we then helped promote. And I can't remember what the final tally was, but I believe we sold like 70 pounds of coffee or something.
Yeah, and it ruined him.
We made his hobby not fun anymore.
So Jeff we did actually one of the very first kind of these iRacing events. We did the 12 hours of Pooper Sebring when the 12 hours of Sebring, the normal one in 2020, was canceled. And we had a roster of guest hosts come through every few minutes, and Jeff was one of them, and he started talking about this coffee company he'd started. And we mentioned the website and this fun little side project he had that was going to take him through COVID and just be something he could do. Well, it ruined him. He ended up having to fulfill all these orders and schlep 70 pounds of coffee because our fans are rabid and awesome.
Yeah, it's a good problem, but also a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I like whatever this is that we're seeing. Anyway, but Jeff Braun is not just an amazing guest of podcasts of yore. He is also our guest tonight.
And we'll be having Jeff on to kind of, answer questions from the chat room as well as do his normal kind of catch up, see what he's been up to. He's a very busy guy, but he also the thing about Jeff that we both really appreciated when we got to meet him is he walked us through his irrigation pump system because he tinkers with everything always. And so I'm sure he's going to have some interesting things that he's been playing with outside of racing.
Exactly. And if you turned on this broadcast before we got live, we actually showed that 12-minute video. We might show it to close this episode out as well, just to bring back the amazingness. And, of course, Jeff is also a big role in helping put our podcast on the map because Jeff was the storyteller of the now infamous Level 5 special, which is an episode that I think really brought a lot of people's attention to what exactly our show is all about.
Yeah, we give a lot of credit to that episode because I think that was the one that magazines picked up and ran with because the story was so great. And to Jeff's credit, every time I've spoken to him at the racetrack, he says that fans come up to him continuously to discuss it, and he's always willing to chat. So
even
really
now,
cool stuff.
That's awesome. So, all right, we'll take a look at some of these cars for a couple minutes. Then we'll get Jeff out here in the feed, and let's look at some Formula Vs. Now, a lot of these are the liveries you might have seen a couple weeks ago, but there has been a few new ones that we've put out there. For example, Jared Wakefield. If we take a look closely here, so he ran the UOP Shadow Formula V, but now it's got some additions based on our podcast. If you look at the nose, you'll see NASA Records is now on the nose, and Schwantz as well.
Nice.
And that is an honor.
Stopping for us?
No, I think he was just resetting. Oh, he's out of the car now.
He's like, take a look.
But NASA Records is, of course, in honor of one of our guests, Felipe Nasser, who we just had an episode because, hey, Ryan, it seems like we put out a bunch of new episodes.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this Thursday Night Blunder to be able to discuss with the fans some of our insight. We had a great meal with Felipe Nasser. I believe we shared a bottle of wine. We made fun of a lot of our teammates. It was really fun.
Yeah, some of that did not make it in. But there might have been some competitors that were outside the window. I think you snuck in one comment that I left in, but I cut out my reaction so that it didn't call attention to it.
Right.
And yeah, that's basically that. But you'll see the NASA records on Jared's nose is because Felipe, we learned, is the guitar guy at the party.
That's right. Yeah, he's probably got a new single coming out right now called "I'm Gonna Steal Your Girlfriend," and probably follows that up with also on "Beautiful."
Yep. That's why I mean, one, he's the guitar guy at the party, which annoys me as it is. But second of all, he of all people doesn't need it.
Yeah, no.
He's Felipe Nasser. What are you doing? Like, you drive race cars and you look like you. Like, what are you doing? We don't need the triple threat.
Right. He's really He's really communicative. Ooh, big hit.
Yeah. He's nice. He's friendly. He's got a sense of humor. He looks like that. I'm out. I'm out on Felipe Nasser.
Yeah, real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we
let's see what else we got.
Go ahead.
I saw a Scandia livery.
Yeah, I wanted to wait for Jeff on that one because it was pretty amazing. Because Marco, for example, I hope you don't mind me putting you on the spot, but we were going through cars earlier. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, that looks like this car that Michele Alboreto used to drive." Like, no, it's exactly the car that Michele Alboreto used to drive, and that's because our boy Jeff has a connection to it. So we'll take a look at that later. Marco, are you a big Michele Alboreto fan?
Yes. I was very touched of his passing in 2001. I was very, very young, but it still, I never saw him race in F1, and of course in IRL many years later when the races finally became available on the interwebs. Okay. But of course, his sports car career, I was just started getting into the European side of sports car racing late 90s, early 2000s. So it was a very big shock for me, and of course always had a big place in my heart.
Right. All right. Well, then you'll appreciate Jeff, because obviously Jeff and Michele, I believe, worked very closely together. His helmet lives in Jeff's house.
That's right.
He's got one of his old race helmets. So there was definitely an old friendship there. So, all right, we got about 10 minutes left in this session. We're going to take a quick break. We'll get Jeff on the phone or on the Zoom call, and I'd play the video of visiting his house, but it's 12 minutes long, so we're not going to do that. But instead, we're going to talk about Bill Riley and that time we visited him for his birthday. All right, it's 9:57 a.m. and it's a Wednesday. Where are we going?
We're headed to Charlotte, North Carolina. 2 reasons. One reason, we want to go see if Alan Kulwicki gets inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. And the other reason is we owe Bill Riley a little bit of money. If you go to our website, dinnerwithracers.com, we sell t-shirts. One of our t-shirts is themed after none other than Bill Riley. And to have that agreement, we have to pay him a royalty for using his likeness.
Hello?
Hey, Bill Riley.
Hey, Ryan, what's up?
Nothing. Just wanted to let you know Sean and I are going to send that money for the t-shirts today.
Oh, what are you two up to?
Nothing. We're not up to anything.
We're just sending you the money.
Yeah.
Just letting you know that...
call out of the blue after 6 months of silence. Oh, no, you're not up to anything.
We're just sending you the money today. We wanted you to know.
Where you send it to?
To the shop.
Oh, okay.
Someone will be there to collect it?
I think so.
Okay, great. Then, yeah, it should be there today.
Okay, good.
Awesome.
Good. Can't wait.
Sounds good. Thanks, Bill.
Okay, you guys have a great day. Thanks for calling me and letting me know.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, all right.
Bye. He knows. He knows immediately.
Yeah. All right. There it is.
A lot of people here.
Riley Technologies.
Where do you think the lift?
We're going to go to the back, which is, I think, around the other side.
There's a loading I just hope there's a security cam.
You've been waiting for it.
Shows us backing up. Okay.
Hello?
Hey, Bill, Ryan Eversley.
Hi.
Do you know if you're at the shop?
Do I know where if I'm at the shop?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Could you have somebody open up the big loading bay door?
I'm not opening up the loading bay door. I got a secret project in here.
Okay.
Are you out there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be there in 1 second.
Is there a better bay
Is
door
there a better way to get?
that maybe a video camera could see?
Not today. Hang on.
Perfect. $33. That's awesome. I can't thank you enough.
Well, I mean, deal's a deal.
I
We
know.
like paying a bill, so
Cool.
yeah.
That is awesome.
Can you take this to a really big bank?
It's done by Jeff Braun,
Yeah,
too.
he's signature.
Oh,
for
that's
you.
cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So-
Now I know it's going to cash.
we actually owe you like another $1 because we sold another shirt yesterday.
Okay. All right, cool. Cool. That is awesome.
All right, well, this is yours now. So
Okay.
So are we square now?
Yeah, we're square.
right.
Well, except for the $1.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
oh right, yeah, happy
Thank
birthday.
You, thank you. Thank you. Cool. Okay.
All right, we are back. We are live. There are 5 minutes or so left of practice here in Thursday Night Blunder, our very, very first heat race. But hey, Ryan,
Hey, Sean, how are you?
have you ever been touched by greatness?
I've gotten to eat with greatness.
Have you really been able to eat with greatness? Let's look at
You
some
were-
greatness right now.
You were there too.
I was. There he is, Jeff Braun. Say hello.
How's it going?
It's good. How are
How's
you?
it going?
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah. Good to see you again. Last time I saw both of you guys at the same time would have been last year doing some of this, and then before in person when you came out to visit. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh God, that was years ago. That was 7 years ago.
Oh, wow.
No.
Yes, it was 7 years ago. I know. I
Can't
know.
be.
It's a whole other world. But in any case, so we mentioned this. The last time we saw each other was Pooper Sebring last year,
Oh yeah.
and we ruined your hobby. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, you actually did, and you. I liked you guys up until that point, and then for like a day or two, I thought this was pretty cool, and then, you guys, you killed me. You killed me.
So this was supposed to be. No, I don't want to ruin it again. But this was supposed to be your coffee deal was a hobby, right?
Right. It was a hobby. It still is a hobby, and even because of your, should we call it, great success and promotion and everything, I've actually got to the point now where the website's still up. But
Okay.
you have to have a password to get in. Because you do.
Okay, go on.
So I'm asking you guys if we can reverse promote. the coffee.
Okay, so don't buy Mesa Vista coffee, whatever you're doing.
Mesa Vista coffee is
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Don't buy it.
if
Don't buy it
there's-
because I was going to kind of do this semi-retirement thing from racing.
Okay.
And then, and that, I'm bad at a lot of things, but I'm really bad at that.
At coffee
And-
distribution? Okay.
And retiring.
Yeah. So, yeah, the retiring thing, I'm terrible at that. I mean, that was the worst. I did 4 series last year in my semi-retirement.
Yeah, that adds up.
SRO,
Right.
IMPC, the WeatherTech, and Fry Challenge. And so the coffee thing was supposed to just take up some of the slack. Well, I reverse slack. So the coffee thing was not, I couldn't do it enough. And so anyway, yeah, you guys did way too good a job. So thank you very much.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to say with that, but other than sorry, not sorry, but
Yeah.
definitely if there's a holiday gift you don't want to buy for your loved ones out there.
Right.
If there's 2 drinks that I know are terrible, it's Adobe Road wine and Mesa Vista coffee.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Don't, the wine might be good.
Nope.
But, nope. Okay. Okay. So don't do that. Don't
Yeah.
do that. No, there's I've actually really, the whole point of the thing was to do it for friends
Okay.
and roast coffee and try not to lose money doing it.
Oh.
And so,
Wait, did we cause you to lose money?
well, no, when I was roasting it and giving it away for free, and then actually we'll blame John Edwards, BMW factory driver. John kept on wanting coffee all the time, and I would give it to him, and he'd go, "Hey, I feel embarrassed. I can't keep asking you for free coffee all the time. You need to put up a website." So I put up a website. So between John suggesting the website and you guys promoting it, my hobby ended up killing me. And so
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that. You know, I know we should be ashamed, but I'm not.
no, it's all good. So now I put a password on it. So now everybody's got to figure out the password to get in. So it's kind of like one of those speakeasy things. You got to know somebody
All right.
who knows somebody.
Wow. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're now like what's called a red rope brand. You've got to be behind the curtain to know.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Don't give it to us.
Yeah,
No,
I was going to
no.
say, the worst thing
Don't-
you do is tell us.
Don't post it on Instagram. Anybody who has it or anything. Just, and I'll have to include them and blame them as much as I blame YouTube.
Yeah,
Right,
I hear you.
right.
I hear you. All right.
good.
Well, so we got a few seconds left to practice before we go to qualifying. Is Tyler Tucker out on the track? So a few people. This was fairly short notice that we had you on, but we do have a few Jeff Braun tribute liveries. So if we look at Tyler Tucker here, Marco, who is live in Italy right now, was a big fan of.
Whoa! All right, we're delving right
into
this.
it.
We're not-
So this is a Team Scandia tribute, and your best friend Andy Evans. What's your connection to this livery here?
Well, so I worked for Andy for 92 through 98.
And he was
99,
and he
probably.
was like the big runner of what at the time would have been the similar deal to IMSA at the time.
Right. So I started working for him when we ran Camel Light, which is like the LMP2 version of the cars back then.
Okay.
And I worked with him through Camel Light and the Ferrari 333s, all through that, IndyCar, Top Fuel Drag Racing, ARCA.
He did all
of those.
Okay.
Yeah, at Scandia. And then I think he finally, in there at some, I don't remember the exact year, but he bought IMSA and ran IMSA. I think he called it professional sports car racing or something.
Yeah, whatever.
I wasn't involved in any of that. I was just on the race team.
You just ran the race team, right?
Yeah, try to keep the race teams all winning races.
Right. So the Scandia IMSA team, or whatever it was called at the time, we just had a podcast come out with Butch Leitzinger, your old nemesis.
Yeah.
And Butch did not have kind things to say about Andy Evans running that series.
I bet. Yeah. No, I can. I always tell the thing about Andy is I know that Andy and his good friend of mine still is, and there's a lot of people that did business with him or against him and may have not had a good experience. All I can comment is on my experience, and the guy gave me fantastic world-class race car drivers, fantastic world-class cars, and a budget to go with it, and said, do what you think is best to make it go as fast as you can and win races and championships. So
now
I have nothing but good things to say, but I know other people don't.
Well, it sounds like the yellow flags always fell your way, so it sounds like it's hard to have bad things to say.
Yeah, okay, well, I need to talk to Butch about that.
We're going to get that rivalry going.
Let's get this going.
James Weaver. James and I have had that thing going for a while, too, and all I know is we got the big trophy.
I think this is the most mad I've ever seen Jeff Braun. I'm very happy.
Yeah, he got fired up.
This is awesome. He moved out of his chair the whole bit. So.
Yeah, he's like, listen here, Butch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Butch.
All right, well.
It was fun. That was always fun, and racing those guys was, that was hard work, and it was great to run against those guys, and that was a tumultuous time of sports car racing, but there was some pretty darn good racing.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a few great podcasts about it, including one with Jeff Braun, one with Butch Leitzinger. and we're happy to present them. We've got about 2.5 minutes left of qualifying. So, Jeff, we discussed this a little bit over email, but this is a heat-style format. It's the first time we've ever done something like this. So, in qualifying, it's a 5-minute open session. Everybody's just trying to get the fastest lap they can. Right now, Davis Trask is P1 with a 17.0. Here's how it's going to work for the racing. The top 5 in this session move on to the feature at the end of the night. So anybody in the top 5 doesn't have to deal with the next few minutes of racing. However, we are inverting the feature.
Oh.
So our pole sitter will be last in the race.
Awesome.
So it's a matter of do you want to secure yourself in the feature by just knowing you're there but starting last, or do you want to tank if you're good? Do you want to tank your race, tank your qualifying, and then take your risks in the heat races that are about to come.
Oof. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would say it's got to be based on the performance of your car. If you, yeah.
Well,
this will be interesting to see. I don't know what I would do.
Very good. Now, these are fixed setup cars, so there's no Jeff Braun engineering in any of this.
Right. That's good.
So it's obviously down. Now, we have very highly talented drivers, so it's obviously just comes down to the skill of our pilots.
Sure. Well, I think. One of the things I like about the class you guys picked is no downforce. I've always said that the thing wrong with current modern road racing in particular, but racing in general, is too much downforce. So you guys have solved that perfectly. I don't see much downforce in these things, and so it's all mechanical grip and driver, which will be fun to watch.
We fixed it. You're welcome.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
You fixed racing. Yeah. I mean, jeez. You ruined my coffee business, but fixed racing. So on balance,
you're not letting go of that. This is real.
Yeah. I like how genuinely mad he is. All right, we got 45 seconds of qualifying left to go here. So while we've got Jeff here, this is our normal reminder that if you have questions, comments, anything you want to gear towards Jeff, Ryan is sitting there in our YouTube chat taking a look, and he'll repeat anything that is worth asking. Now, if you are watching this on Facebook or Twitch with our Dinner with Racers accounts or our Continental Tire Facebook feed, we are not paying attention to those comments. So certainly keep watching. Feel free to write in those chat rooms to talk amongst yourselves. But we're only going to see the stuff that's on YouTube.
Yeah, we've had a couple of...
Dangerous. I see guys flipping over, and I mean, this is serious.
Yeah.
And we're just qualifying.
This is just, it looks like Davis, I think it's over. I'm not sure. Is it over now? I think it might be over.
Yes.
Yep.
It's over.
Yeah, it's
I think
down to it. Yep.
Davis Trask is our pole sitter. Davis Trask will advance to the final. I don't know what our top 5 was. We may not be able to get that. Here we go. So advancing to the feature already. Travis Wall. Oh, Travis beat Davis.
Yeah, got him there.
Davis
Yeah.
Trask,
Right at the end.
Jacob Campbell, Tyler Tucker in the Scandia livery, and John Cantu, who is in a Mesa Vista painted car.
That's right.
Which is apparently not okay, according to Jeff Braun.
We'll go with it. Hey, I'm good. Top 5.
You can send him a cease and desist.
Yeah, you can. If you want to send us a cease and desist, we'd be more than happy to take it.
No.
We have a lawyer.
Okay. Carry on.
Anyway, so those 5 they're done for the night until the feature. So Travis, Davis, John Cantu, they're all going to sit back for the next several races because they got nothing to do until the feature. So this is the first of 2 heat races. So basically, we split the rest of the field in 2, and now they're all going to race in, I believe it's an 8-lap heat. And the goal for these next 2 heat races is top 5. If you make the top 5, you are going to the final. So make the top 5, you're going to the final. And again, invert it. So the 5th place guy is going to be more likely is going to be closer to the front than the 1st place guy.
Right.
Yeah, we got it.
That makes sense. Everybody gets new tires for each one of these heats. How is that?
Yes. Yeah, that's just the way the game works. I mean, sim.
Awesome.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I called it a game earlier and I got roasted for it.
How dare you?
So we have a question from factory Porsche driver Steve Lubender. He wants to know what's bigger, the Charlotte Motor Speedway Legends Oval or the Braun Estate Test Track?
Ooh, Mesa Vista Speedway.
Yeah, we're a third of a mile. This is what, a quarter mile?
I think it's a third or a quarter. I think it's a quarter.
Okay.
Oh no!
Okay.
Man,
Art Reimer's
our
already
leader.
around.
Pinkerton.
Pinkerton's
Oh,
around. Man, so again, 8-lap sprints here. You have to finish in the top 5 to move on. Now, those who don't finish in the top 5, they still have an opportunity to get in. There will be consolation races later, But it's
But yeah.
it's getting sketchy.
Yeah, Pinkerton was in the top 10 in qualifying there, and is a series regular and series winner for us. That was a bad spin there.
So Matt Struckman now P5. Doug Waite P6 going for the cutoff. And oh no! That's Jeff Braun on the nose too.
Oh no!
Oh no!
So we must have had the wrong tag there, but it looks like Andrew Pinkerton's still in P2. So hanging strong despite what we thought was a spin.
Okay, and in the cutoff space, Alan Space now currently P5 with Jason Skeen hot on his tail. And Jason Skeen, I believe, also has a special tribute livery on his car. He posted it on social media earlier, and I'm too old to remember anything anymore. Skeen's Texaco, which I believe has a... Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I believe it's his great uncle. Oh, we got a spin here.
Well, that's Jason.
Yeah, exactly. Big hit to the left front suspension there as well. But I believe his great uncle used to race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway back in the day, in the early NASCAR days, and so he's doing a family tribute to a family member who used to race in the NASCAR series.
Which is pretty cool. And we'll see another. We'll see that car again, apparently in one of the consolation races, because I don't think he's going to transfer to the main with this performance.
Wow. And you no damage, right? So you spin or crash, you can keep going as long as you're not too far behind.
Yeah, this is what. So iRacing has a new model called Damage Healing. So yeah, we do have. It's effectively the modern version of damage off. So if you wreck, your car can go back to normal. But to let the physics of the crash play themselves out, your car will come apart normal to how it would in an accident, and then it goes through what's called a healing process. So a second or two later, those parts will become back on the car. It's because I think they were having, and Marco, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had a bug where when a car wouldn't come apart, it would just launch itself into space and do all kinds of weird things with physics. So now they let the cars break apart the way they're intended to, and then they heal, and then you can go back and you lose a couple seconds.
Wow. So the old adage of, hey, well, it's not going to get any better is out the window here.
Exactly.
It does get better.
And so we deliberately left the damage off because knowing how important cutoffs are for all of these races, we wanted to encourage heroism.
I think it's great.
All right. So that is heat race number 1. Kenneth Drake was our fifth place guy making the cutoff. Andrew Pinkerton taking the win. Jared Wakefield, Art Reimer, and Alan Space. So those 5 will advance to the final.
I
Nathan,
think Kenneth did the best job there. That's the spot you really wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's going to be more towards the front now for the feature. And now we go to heat race number 2, featuring Pat Lindsay, Lee Lucas, Jeff Gross, Zach Lewis, Ben Wedge. A lot of our regulars here.
Yeah. Yep. Kevin DeVries. Yeah.
Yep. And
we got Mario Carini down there in the back.
So it should be fun. So it looks like we have 15 cars going for 5 spots.
Yeah, it looked like William Booz didn't make the cutoff in the first round, so he's going to have to fight to try to get into the LCQ stuff. But bummer to see for one of our series regulars.
Absolutely. So once again, you have 8 laps. There will be no cautions for any of these heat races. We might have a caution in the future. We don't know yet. But there will absolutely be 0 in these short events. So everything to play for. And if you're 10th place on back, the likelihood of the top 5 wrecking each other is still very high.
Pretty good. Is it a proper etiquette for one of the commentators to have a favorite? Can I have a favorite?
You can absolutely have a favorite. I mean, we are very high integrity.
We ruined your business.
Well, this is it comes full circle.
Oh, we're already wrecking. Did we even start?
I don't think the green's out yet.
Justin Parcher. Oh no, he's one of our regulars. Pat Lindsay with a very comfortable lead.
Yeah, huge.
Wow,
man.
How quickly things change here.
Yeah,
I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah, that was strange. But Patrick Lindsay keeping his lead from the pole with that awesome Jamaican livery on his Formula V there.
That looked like the start of the IMSA race at Baltimore that one year.
It absolutely
good call.
does. Hey,
good call.
Speaking of podcast callbacks, if you want a Baltimore Grand Prix story, check out Jerome Bleekmolen's episode. This is all we're going to do tonight is reference our new drops. So we last week we just dropped a bunch of new podcasts, Jeff. And so Jerome Bleekmolen told us his famous Boston story with the putting the tire in the passenger seat.
That's right.
Anyway, you have a favorite? Was that right?
Well, yeah, but I got to see how he's doing now because I don't want to.
He's like, I mean, I like him, but I don't like losers.
Yeah, I don't like losing. No, it's Kevin DeVries, actually. Kevin DeVries, I know I'm not supposed to be roasting coffee, but I just roasted his own coffee today.
Oh,
put it in the
wow.
mailbox tonight.
Okay.
So your coffee's on the way, Kevin. If you don't do well tonight, at least you'll have coffee.
Wait, so if he doesn't do well, can we
Yeah.
say it's because he's not awake?
That could be.
So maybe you ruined
So
his
it's
race
your
for him.
fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is
He was-
14th a lap down.
He was
so.
counting on that coffee, and you ruined it.
He's like, I'm trying to work, man. I'm
Right.
sleeping at my desk. Yeah. My family's falling apart.
All right, 2 more laps to go. Patrick Lindsay. Now, this is not Patrick Lindsay of IMSA fame, Jeff. This is Patrick Lindsay of the Trading Paints fame. He is part of a company that makes all these cool racing liveries for iRacing. Lee Lucas, P2, and Ben Cox, P5. Ben is going to be the very, very late transfer. And Ben in our...
Anybody, Ben.
We'll see how this turns.
anybody, Ben.
Exactly. Now, Ben was in our prelim races last night when we tried all this out. Ben was really, really fast. So if I know Ben, he might be up to some gamesmanship here. This might be intentional. That might be part of his strategy.
Oh, we got some guys taking each other out there. I'm not sure if that was for position, but
yeah, don't know.
Yeah, they're still going here. It looks like Mario Carini is sitting P7. Probably our youngest driver in the field. I believe he's 15 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's over. And, yep, Ben Cox is the final cutoff.
Good
this is actually,
strategy, Ben.
This is putting Ben in a really good spot for the race. Like I said, last night he proved he's very, very fast, and so now he's going to be towards the front of the field. He'll be behind all the consolation racers, but this should prime him very, very well for the main event.
Yeah, poor Kevin DeVries here, though.
Yeah.
Not 2 laps down, man.
So he'll go to there's a last chance.
Yeah, well, so we have a few, yeah. So now we get into, and we'll have to let the computer sort out who goes where, because it depends on the car count. But we'll probably have a D main, maybe a C main, and basically the top 5 will advance to, the subsequent main. So if you're in the D main, you'll advance to the C main, and then the top 5 from there will go to the B. Bottom line is the B advances everybody to the A.
Right.
So,
got it.
Marco, do we know how many consolation splits we have here? This is the C.
It's the C main.
Okay. So basically, top 5 here do not go to the final. They go to the next consolation round.
Got it.
So top 5 goes to the B, and then the B will take, I believe, the top 10, but we'll see when we get there. Now, Doug Waite, look at that. Look at that handsome face on his nose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And looks like Doug also has a.
Oh,
wow! He's going for it. Alpina watches, and he had a Smokies garage on the nose as well, which he might just be a fan of that stuff. But when it comes to Smokey Unick and Jeff Braun being on the same nose, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, there's something absolutely wrong with that.
Nope.
Not in that league at all.
No, you both cheat.
Settle down. Who are you trying to convince? We're not going to fall for that.
Okay.
We ruined your business before. We'll do it again.
Right. Okay. Anytime.
Yeah. So we were just talking earlier before you came online with Marco, and he is a large Michele Alboreto fan. Was a fan of his racing back in the day. And I was wondering if you might have like a cool story or something that obviously we'd all love to hear, but Marco would probably really appreciate being Italian.
Boy, Michele, I got some great Michele stories. Let's see. How about a quick one?
Yes,
Michele
we have 4 laps left.
Okay, he had done Formula One, done the whole thing, decided to come IndyCar racing. I ran him in Indy cars for 2 years and sports cars. We're walking out to under the bridge for Gasoline Alley, out to the track for the start of the Indy 500. He had never done it before. Me and him are walking out. We come under the little bridge into the pit lane, and he stops and looks at the fans and goes, "Holy smokes, I've never seen anything like this. This is a big race, bigger than anything I've ever done." And he just scanned all the people
How cool
and
is
the
that?
pageantry, and I'm like, this is Michele Alboreto. He's seen everything, but he was super impressed.
That's awesome.
Being at Indy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
so
And you
cool.
have you have one of his helmets, right?
I do. Hang on.
Well, you're in front of your tree. All right. Well, while Jeff is getting Michele Alboreto's helmet,
he's like,
as only he can do. We have 2 laps left, and again, now these are cutoff races, so If you do not finish in the top 5, you're going home. So Jason Skeen right now,
Yeah.
P5, he's in the final cutoff to advance to the B main. But Daniel Vaught and everybody behind him, they will simply be done for the night if they don't get it done here. Oh,
My McKinley helmet doesn't show up for some reason.
This is amazing. It's like
There.
it's getting lost in the background. But there it is. There's that McKinley. Oh, no.
oh, somebody went through the pace
Who
car.
went through? I don't know who. Oh,
That's
Skeen.
so
I think
cool.
did Skeen get wrecked? That is really cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Anyway.
I got to see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, the wheels came off that one. Nice.
So Skeen did not make it. Farrell got him.
Oh,
Skeen will go home. That's it for them. And that is the end of the C main. The top 5 from that will now go to the B main. Now this is basically the final heat race before we get to the main event.
brutal.
And
brutal.
poor Skeen and crew. So these are the C main results. So Michael Rennick, Kevin DeVries, Jason Skeen, Daniel Vaught, they're all going home. Noah Wheeler and Ryan Lewis. Huh.
Ooh.
Okay. Congrats to Doug Waite for winning the C main. They all now advance to this being the B main. And Marco, I don't know if you have the info in front of you because we were not sure how the computer was going to process this. It should be the top 10 from this go to the main event, but I'm not sure if that's actually how it transpired.
That is absolutely correct. Top
Very
10
good.
go through.
All right, so the top 10, this is going to be a longer race. I believe it's 9 laps, 8 laps long. And the top 10 from this will go to the feature, and then we'll have the big main event.
So we had a question for Jeff. What's the current champ car plan for this year, for this coming year?
Oh, yeah. So that kind of like that semi-retirement thing where I was going to do more champ car racing. I don't think we've done one for 3 years, which is unfortunate. With the car, we still have the car. Colin and I still have a car, but we basically gave it to Jay Ribbits, a core crew guy who has his own chump car team, and he's been working on the car, and he's got it way better than. And so the idea is that we go run the car with Jay, and that's been more of an idea than an actuality lately, unfortunately. So we still want to do it. We still enjoy it. We just haven't had the time to actually go and do it. But what a great, fun time to go racing. We always enjoy it. So hopefully maybe we'll do that Atlanta race in the spring again this year, or in 2022.
Awesome. Looks like William Booth here with a heck of a start going into turn 2, on his way to the lead.
Now, oh no, I don't know who that is spinning back there, but again, it's all about the top 10 now. The top 5 from previous race are in this race now, and the top 10 are going to be the ones who advance to the big feature. So if you spin in a 7-lap race, it's not looking good for you.
Yeah. If you're in the top 10, you just don't hit anybody. Just stay there. And the race should be for 10th.
Exactly.
Battle it out.
And I should remind you, we are going to invert the field. So these are basically everybody here. Oh no, I don't know who that is.
Oh, I think that's Mario Carini getting spun around there.
It is Mario.
Oh boy,
and not looking good.
Yeah, he was running well in the top 5 there. Looks like he's falling back to the 9th place. Man, tough break for the kid.
But once again, with that inverted start, finishing 10th is not the worst thing because you will be on pole for the feature. So if you're Mario Carini or William Booth, like if you're any of these guys, you might want to look at 10th place and wonder where you are relative to them and can you blow it. Uh-oh, Brian Stilley just dropped out.
Yeah, he was in there. He's out. Says he's back in. So I think he actually got into Mario Carini there, who's now back in 12th, which is a tough break.
And Doug Waite now is just outside Brian Stilley, currently P10. Brett Pancari not helping his case. Meanwhile, Nathan Reese leading the big B main, looking strong. And again, you're fine if you're in any of these top 5 spots. You're fine. You should be okay just to sit in your place here.
But you could still wreck people just for the fun of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're not saying you don't have to make action.
Or, let's say 20 laps into the feature, if you're not anywhere, you could definitely snipe somebody that's leading.
Yeah, we'd be totally fine with it.
Only 3 aren't making it, right? The bottom 3.
Correct, yes. So right now, Doug Waite, Mario Carini, and I believe it is it Ed Smith?
I think
who's already dropped
out of it. He's like, so there's still a chance for 2 guys to get in there, and they're only like a second and 2 seconds back from the Brian Stilley.
So we're watching Stilley right here. So this is for everything. And it's over. It's over. Somehow we lost. There he is.
And it's dead.
And he's dead. And so Doug Waite and Mario Carini, Ed Smith, they will go home for the night. They're done. We now have a field.
Wow.
Yeah.
These racing, this happens pretty fast. And I thought Top Fuel drag racing happened fast. This is ranking right up there with the. You don't get much time. There's not any chance to recover from a mistake here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, especially you got to imagine these guys coming up from like the C main who transferred up. They have no time to take a break. Meanwhile, the guys in the back here, guys like John Cantu and crew, they've been sitting back for the last 20 minutes. So we'll see if maybe they'll be rusty.
Yeah, should be a pretty fun race here though, because those guys are actually racing and not just driving like trying to mess each other up. So I think we'll actually have a decent show for a few laps, and then all hell's going to break loose again.
Exactly.
Sounds like you've done this before, Ryan.
we know our field.
Right.
Yeah. So Kevin DeVries writes in that he was going to claim it was the commentator's curse, but that's not the case. But he is very excited that his copy is on the way.
Okay. At least there's a consolation prize.
Absolutely.
Right. So pace car is rolling here.
All right, and I am pleased to confirm that we do have some admin support, Ryan, if for some reason we see debris later on.
Yeah, copy that.
So
we did see somebody go through the pace car, so it's possible that the glass from the windshield of the pace car is still in the way. We'll
exactly.
see.
Travis Wall, who's he was our pole sitter, so he's going to start last.
And usually runs that Piggly Wiggly livery as his usual cause.
Yep. So 25 cars for 25 laps.
Yes.
Oof. Brutal.
Big payout at the end for the big money race.
Right.
There we go.
All right. Good start on the outside there.
And again, this is inverted, so these were our slowest folks from the B main taking the charge.
And we're going to find out if that was on purpose or if people were...
Whoa! Apparently it wasn't.
Wow, those guys ended up all the way down in NASCAR 4. Rough start there for him, but Ian Farrell's having a great job. He had a really wide start. He used all the road in that late apex down there. I think he's got something sorted out here.
Meanwhile, William Boos, P5, just kind of biding his time. 25 laps will go by real quick when we're doing 17-second laps.
Ooh, big one on the back there.
That's Art Reimer.
Yeah.
Look how many positions Wall's gained already from the very back.
Yeah.
He's coming.
Yeah, he's already up to P16.
Yeah, to give the folks at home an idea, the qualifying grid was separated by like a second between the top 25. So having a little bit of a gap here is actually a big deal.
Yep.
Man, Ian Farrell hanging on to it. And he's got about a half-second lead. And you imagine that's almost the entire field. That's half the field's pace gap right there. So he's figured something out. It's working for him.
Moving on down. So Davis, Trask, and Art Reimer already lapped down. I would say they're effectively not looking good. But honestly, the way these guys are racing, you never know where you're going to be if you're still on the lead lap. Ben Cox, I'd like to point out, he was very strong last night in our testing races. He kind of deliberately blew that heat race and finished 5th, and he's now all the way up to P2.
Yeah.
And now I'm not saying these things happen, but if you know you're not in the hunt for winning,
right?
We do have, Jeff, a best snipe category where people who are credited for taking anybody else out in the best and most spectacular way, we will give an arbitrary grant into going towards our final or our semifinal. So let's say Ben Cox takes the lead and somebody snipes him, that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm saying specifically if somebody took out Ben Cox for blowing his heat race to lead and he got taken out, that'd be all right.
Yeah, we're working lap 8 here, and Ian Farrell's faded back to P5 after having a pretty commanding 6/10 lead over the field. You got Andrew Pinkerton right on his bumper. Andrew's a series regular and a member of the IMSA paddock, so real racer here battling out with Ian.
Absolutely. A whole bunch of our normal runners. William Boos, who's really close with Robert Hibby, who runs a lot of Mesa Vista cars. John Cantu, P9, who's another one of our regulars and somebody that I run with quite a bit. Travis Wall in that Piggly Wiggly car. He's now just about to crack the top 10 after taking pole and starting from the back.
And he might get some help here as we have a bunch of guys in the fence.
And honestly, I would say with a stack up like that, we might have to go yellow for safety.
I think we
might have to go.
Yeah.
We might have to go yellow. We might have to go yellow for safety.
I'm thinking a yellow should be coming out.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys. Yeah.
Any second now.
I'm very concerned about safety of these guys that hit each other 3 laps ago, so we definitely have to go yellow.
Yeah, that yellow from 3 laps ago. There we
go.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
subtle. Got the word.
Does this bring you back to Andy Evans, Jeff?
Yes. What can I say? When the whole world thinks one thing and you're the only one that doesn't, you're probably wrong.
The defeat. Yes.
Right, whatever. We still do have the big trophy, though.
There you go. Suck it, Leitzinger.
Yeah, that's right, Butch. Yeah.
That was. Yeah, we need a yellow here.
Yeah.
Let's bunch these guys up.
All right, so we are yellow. Lap cars will go to the inside.
Oh,
okay.
I
don't know what the point of that was, but good to know.
All right.
Under yellow.
Man, that was bad. All right, so it looks like we only have like 5-6 cars off the lead lap.
Yep. I don't know that we're.
Do pass around?
Normally we do. We probably won't for this round because it might. It's going to be more of a liability than it is going to help.
Right.
Okay.
So we're not going to do any wave arounds for this round. Normally we would. But for now, however, the lap cars get to go to the inside. If we hit the right buttons, I'm not sure if that's actually how it's going to line up.
2x2 restart. 2x2
it
restart.
should go. It should go 2x2 with the lap cars on the inside, I think.
Okay.
Now, if that is the case, let's say you're, Davis Trask, and you're a lap down. You know you're not going to win, but you still want to get the best snipe award, and Ben Cox is leading. Just throwing out some ideas. These are things you can consider. Go ahead.
You guys, there's a theme here. You're trying to ruin stuff for people.
No. We're just pointing out some of the awards that people can get, Jeff Braun. That's not fair.
Mr. Cox was just trying to do a good job.
Right, and that's fine. And if somebody were to specifically aim for Ben Cox, who is leading right now, he's in a Valvoline car. If he was to get taken out and somebody wins the best snipe award and gets to advance to one of the finals, that is how this system works. If they take out,
these guys gotta race each other next week too. There's a little track respect.
That sounds like something we're not concerned about.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We're not doing that.
I never heard of that.
We're not doing that in IMSA anymore. So why would you? Yeah.
But meanwhile, Ben Cox is leading, and once again,
in the number 39.
In the number 39. And what is Joel Brownsy doing here? I'm not quite sure how this works.
I think we're packing up here, but
yeah, I don't know what's going on.
All right, pace car is in. I think we're going back.
All right, we're going green. Here we go.
Yeah, Ben Cox with a giant lead there, coming off the last turn. Nice job coming through in the late apex, getting the run off the back straight.
Yeah.
And Sherrod Wakefield, who's also won. This is his first year of doing this, but he's already won a race. He won a race a couple weeks ago. Jared's looking very strong in that UOP Shadow, powered by Nasser Records. Jared's going for it.
Wow.
Bold move.
Yeah.
6 laps to go.
Yeah, no. Is Ben Cox coming back on the inside here?
Let's see what happens. This could be anybody's game. It might be a good position for John Cantu, who's P4, just sitting back and seeing how this transpires.
Absolutely. 5 laps to go here.
And we still haven't seen our best snipe yet.
Good shot for that big crowd tonight. Yeah. Side by side for P3 there. Looks like it's going to work out this time. Big move up the inside there for Ben Cox, defending that P3 spot.
3 laps to
getting
go.
The pressure.
Nice clean racing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
There we go. Finally.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait. Did John Cantu oh no.
Wait.
I don't know who's. And Ben Cox just took the lead.
Ben Cox to the lead.
Wait, Ben Cox is trying to get best snipe and the overall.
That's never happened.
Once again. And Ben just got sniped.
But Ben Cox is still in it. He's still going here.
I think John Cantu is our leader.
Yeah.
It's looking like John in a Mesa Vista car. No one is supposed to snipe a Mesa Vista car, to be clear.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, the Mesa Vista car winning is not a bad thing.
Right.
However,
we'll take it.
Yep.
Looks like Campbell with some
Campbell
pressure
P2
there.
putting the pressure on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jacob
I don't know.
Campbell He's going to have a good run coming off the corner with some flat traffic in the way.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And he spun him.
And he's gone.
Is
He's
it over?
a Starbucks fan.
Dang it.
Final lap. We still have one to go.
Yeah, Jacob Campbell.
Jacob Campbell, if somebody wants to wreck Jacob, as retribution for taking out the Mesa Vista car. We've only got one corner left. I think it might be too late. I think Jacob's going to do it. Jacob Campbell is your winner.
Wow.
Nice work.
Man,
Nice work.
he is going to have to talk to John Cantu after the race because that was brutal.
They are going to have words.
Oh,
and the
tradition.
celebrations begin.
Oh.
This is standard procedure, Jeff.
Yep, everybody is doing this on purpose.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. It's not an IMSA restart. It's actually on purpose.
Okay.
Wow.
Everybody
there you go.
Survive.
Yeah. Great.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Don't know what that was. And
it just continues.
That's another round of Thursday Night Blunder for you. Jacob Campbell taking the win.
Oh, big hit there.
Man, these things went by fast.
Any last questions in the chat room for our guest host, Jeff Braun? Please fire away. He's been so lovely to give us his time this evening and put up with our BS for 7 years. We appreciate that.
It's been a lot of fun. I miss it. We need to do it more often.
You said
We'll
that
show
before.
up at your house again. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. If you can find it, come on over.
Yeah. So, we were wondering, one of our favorite things about you is that you're a tinkerer and you're working on all this different stuff. Is there any new projects that you've had going on around the house that we should know about?
New projects. Well, I have a motorhome, a small motorhome, like a van-based motorhome that I've been taking to the racetrack the last 2 years since COVID hit, and I've been just taking that to all the racetracks. And so, I bought the motorhome, and then this wasn't quite how I wanted. That wasn't quite how I wanted, and now it's like a mobile office with a 48-inch screen in there and a raise-up desk, and so
you just can't stop, can you?
No, you can't leave good enough alone, right? So the motorhome's been the project inside. It's completely redone, and so that's been a lot of fun. And then just doing a bunch of different stuff with with Core and the LMP3 car, and then my Ferrari Challenge and IPC and all of that, and just having a lot of fun. Just tinkering and going to the racetrack, and they still pay me to do it, so things are great.
Very good. We there's a couple questions in the chat room which you can't answer because it's basically what is the password.
Okay.
But we do have a question. I'm curious. What's your opinion on the new NASCAR Next Gen Cup car?
Ooh, I think it's pretty cool. So I don't have any inside knowledge or anything. I've talked to some people, some crew chiefs that have dealt with them. I've got some calls from some crew chiefs who are like, "Hey, how does this one big giant nut work? And how do these guns are going to work?" And I think there's a lot of sports car-ish road racing kind of technology that's coming to that, and which is kind of cool because we're going to see, that advance into some of the things that, us road racers, us IMSA racers are used to. I don't know how the cars are going to race. I don't really pay enough attention to the rules and the exact specs and everything, but I think the cars are cool. I think they're going to be, there's some new technology, a transaxle, and, it's basically, I look at it as kind of like a Trans Am car, basically, right. And they race pretty good. And I love NASCAR doing more road races because I think those are fun and exciting. And I think they're only doing it because the fans think the same thing. So these cars should be good on road courses. So, yeah, I'm excited to watch it, more so than I've been excited for NASCAR in a long time.
Awesome. Well, we know you got to get going, but I think Sean and I are both very curious. Is there still coyotes hanging from fences near your ranch?
There are. I was out riding my bicycle yesterday, and they're still hanging there. Lots of pigs. We have the big feral pigs, the big giant feral pigs with the big horns and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's lots of those being shot and hit by cars and things like that. But the coyotes are still a problem. And you can visit anytime. They'll be hanging from the fence.
So now we're going to show that video to close this out once again. But to shed some light, we drove it took us about 3 hours to find your place when we were about a half mile away. And we drove by an adjacent-ish property where there were just these furred objects hanging on a fence, and Ryan and I could not figure out what those were. And those are coyotes hung on a fence to send a message.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not sure how that exactly works. You know, I don't know. I guess if you were a coyote and you walked by and saw one of your own kind hanging from the fence, you'd get that might be a clue. But I'm not sure coyotes figure all that out. But they do it all the time around here, so I don't know. There. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
What it is.
We don't want to keep you too long, but hey, if I was going to watch any Disney programming, we should be watching soon.
Yeah, you should watch TOTS, TOTS. That's Travis's show. They're in their 4th season.
So just to shed some light, so you have 2 sons, Colin, who if you're a racing fan, you're familiar with Colin Brown already, but your younger son, Travis.
Yep.
Now I'm going to say Travis. This. I feel like this can't be stressed enough, and I know you know where I'm coming from when I say this, but Travis didn't grow up in a normal house, and yet he has navigated an incredibly political environment to become a very successful guy in the world of children's television. And so what are some of the shows he's got now?
Yep. So he did a show called Fast Lane, which was a mini series, and then went on to he created that. Then he created the show called TOTS, which is a 4 to 9-year-old show on Disney. It's the #1 rated children's show on all of TV for the last year and a half, I think.
So awesome.
Yeah. So that's in the 4th season, and then he has a new show that they're working on right now that has just been greenlit, and that should be out next year on Disney again. And so he has an overall deal with Disney to basically anything he comes up with and creates, they put on TV.
Yeah.
So he's doing great.
In TV terms, having an overall deal is like a factory ride. It basically means that some big company really likes your idea so much that they want to basically have first right of refusal on everything you do.
Exactly. Cool. So and he's got 2 movies going in.
Yeah, I don't want to hear this anymore. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm just getting too mad. No, it's all good. No, but he has 2 movies going on.
Yeah, he does. He has 2 movies that are one. I mean, he's sold, I think, 4 movies. One's actually in production. The other one is in pre-production. It hasn't been greenlit yet, but probably will. So those will be holiday movies probably for next year. So
cool. And these are all in the children's space?
One of them is, one of them's not.
Oh.
So he's trying to break out and do some adult, not that kind of adult, regular programming. So his deal with Disney is just in the children's space, so he can go outside of Disney to do other programming that's not children's. So he's got some, he's had some really good meetings and some really good possibilities for this for his other movies. So it'll be a kind of a thriller. So
I will never understand how he grew up in that house and has gone on to do what he's doing. But it's impressive.
It's he escaped, I guess, and made it. So it's a crazy family, but when your kids both find something that they just super enjoy and they're passionate about, and we never one day had to prod them to do something or work hard or find something that they loved. It was always easy. We just kind of sat back and watched it play out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Ryan, anything else? Otherwise,
just we always appreciate you giving us so much time. We always get comments from fans at the racetrack and in the chat room that they don't understand why you and Bill O'Reilly tolerate us so much, and we don't either, but we appreciate it.
Well, it's always been fun, and Bill and we had a great rival this year in LMP3. He beat us in the championship at the last race, so I gotta come back and get Bill next year, and that starts next week. We're testing at Daytona already, so the off season lasted about 2 weeks, and we're back at it.
Well, awesome. I don't want to get too much into conflicts for this week, but he's a week ahead of you already.
Yeah, I know. We have to solve that.
I will end him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you very much, Jeff. We will let you go there. We'll stick around for a little bit. So, kind of like what happened a couple weeks ago, we won't be able to stream as much of the after-hours races as we used to because there's a lot going on right now. But since we did just dump a whole bunch of new podcasts, Ryan and I will stick around for a little bit into the next race, maybe answer a few questions there, show you some of our race number 2s and 3s. Obviously, Marco running the cameras is going to take off for the night as well. Marco, any final thoughts?
Well, thanks a lot for having me, and I cannot wait for the next one.
Absolutely. So for those who are going to cut off right now, once again, if you're watching on Continental Tire's Facebook feed, that's going to go away because we want to make sure during our after-hours broadcast, if we say something maybe on the dumb side, that's representing them properly. And other than that, we'll be around for some questions. We're going to now run away for a quick little video. And by quick, I mean 11 and a half minutes. And that is going to be a look at Jeff Braun's home. Real quickly, Jacob Campbell. Jacob won our last race, right? He just won?
Yeah.
Okay. Jacob Campbell, if you're hearing this, I see you're in our lobby. We will get you in 11 and a half minutes into our next race. But for now, we're going to let Jeff get out of here. We're going to take a quick-ish break, and we will be back in 11 and a half minutes or so. Here's a look at Jeff Braun's home. What are we doing?
We are driving through Abilene, Texas.
Ovalo.
Is that where we are?
Yeah, Abilene's the big city.
Oh, okay. So we're driving through Ovalo, Texas on our way to Jeff Braun's house. And as soon as we turned onto this back roads gravel road, we saw a hog running wild that was like the size of a dog, you know, not like a little pig, but something that was pretty significant in size. And it jumped over a fence. So we're passing the Four Seasons Ranch, apparently. And so far, this is our definition of what Texas really is like. What the f was that?
What?
That was something. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
There's like an animal hanging from the fence.
Yep.
Yeah, we can't not.
No, go.
That was it. Was that it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no, he didn't make the jump.
There's two of them. Holy
Proceed to the
crap.
route.
There's another one right here. Look. That's why I'm like, do they hang?
Oh, no, they didn't make the jump. I'm pretty sure they didn't make the jump.
What are they?
No.
There's three of them. There's no way. This
is by design.
Wow. Okay, well, we gotta get
This is to send a message.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, are these like jackrabbits or something? They're massive. So we've clearly entered into some sort of Texas Chainsaw Massacre situation. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, into the car.
Let's get out of here.
Into the Acura.
Oh, good. A fork in the road with no more directions.
Take a slight right turn.
This isn't a road anymore.
What? This.
Like, that's what I'm terrified of. Is like the random people we're passing. They're like, hey, they know. The feds are here.
They've seen too much.
Exactly. Dude, look at this.
I don't know. He said top of the hill. We're at the top of the hill. I think we're at the top of the hill. There's a metal building. Well, that's a metal building. Okay, that's like a hunting tower.
Yeah, exactly. So we're definitely not in his driveway.
Maybe we walked into like his own game.
This could be like,
Answer this riddle.
what is wet and always dry? I don't know. Wrong answer. Sean! Hello.
Hey, where are you guys?
That's a really good question. We're stopped in front of Steamboat Mountain Ranch. Does that mean anything to you?
Okay, yeah. So
Oh.
you're on 84?
Are we pretty far off?
I think so. Obviously, your GPS didn't find it on your phone. putting in our address.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
Yeah.
Steamboat Mountain Road. Yeah, see that?
Oh, ranch,
Probably
ranch.
Steamboat.
No, sorry, Jeff. We're in front of a Steamboat Mountain Ranch. Like it's a person's ranch.
Oh, yeah, I don't know where that is. Let's see. What can we? Well, we'd come and get you if I knew where you were, but Steamboat Mountain Ranch.
Can you like start a signal fire of some sort?
A signal fire? Yeah,
Serious. Okay, we'll drive to Ovalo and then we'll start from there. That's a good place to start for us. Found it.
Well, you think you found it.
Right. Yeah.
This is a house.
This is a house. Okay. This is interesting. Should we park right?
Yeah, just pick a bay.
You made it. Yeah. Good to see you.
We got a little bit of light.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got lost a little bit. Good to see you.
We'll be okay. You as well. Thanks for having us. So
no
obviously,
problem.
you know Sean.
Yeah. good,
So
Sean.
give us a quick, before we lose the sunlight, like outside tour of this crazy place.
Okay, so it's a metal building, and it's a giant shop with a small house attached.
Okay.
And that door back to this, that walk-in door back to here is pretty much our living quarters, and from there all the way to there is all race car shop and toys and motorcycles
Right.
and all that kind of stuff.
And you guys ran everything from go-karts all the way up to Formula cars for Colin's career.
Yeah, from the start, quarter midget stuff, right through go-karts to Formula Renaults. We ran all that out of here, and now we just kind of play with it. We still have the go-kart
Yeah,
track.
you have your own go-kart track over there, which
Yep.
you were saying is like a 26-second lap. So
Yep.
you want to go have a look at it real
Okay,
quick?
sure. Yeah. So this is the front straightaway.
Okay.
And you wheel out right from there and
Right.
right out to the go-kart track. And racing season has kept me from mowing the grass here lately.
Sure.
But
Job's getting in the way.
yeah, so that way around, there's a couple crossovers you can see, so you can configure it differently. You can go backwards, you can do
Right.
whatever you want. But Colin basically, from the time he was 8 years old, started racing here. We did all the work ourselves, all of these tires. We got these tires, we drilled 4 holes in them, tipped them upside down, and stacked them all up.
Right.
And
Yeah, it looks like FIA curbing and walls. You're good to go.
They've reached the tire walls a few times.
So I guessed that was like a missile silo, and then that was where the elevator was that went down to the underground. Like,
We'll go with that.
okay, yeah. So that's probably what that is.
Actually, it does go down under the ground to our water well.
Ah, neat. Right.
That's what that is.
So not
That's
exactly what I thought.
No,
yeah.
but it sounds your version sounds a lot
yeah,
better.
right.
Yeah. In here, and you have. So that's the well.
Okay.
Straight
Yep.
down 200 feet.
Uh-huh.
Pumps it out through there, through the filters, through the softener, back into the house.
I'm gonna guess you built this.
I did.
Yeah, of course, right?
I did. They gave us a hole in the ground with a pipe running out that ran that way, and I went, yeah.
I can do better.
I think we need a pre-filter, we need a carbon filter, we need a 5-micron filter, a water softener, a UV filter, and then that goes through here down into the house.
Of course.
That's what you need.
You gotta have it.
Right.
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 So this is like the engineering,
This
home
is the
engineering office.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. This is where I spend most of the time trying to figure out how to make race cars go faster.
Right. Right.
And a collection of cool stuff, helmets. Most of those are Collins helmets. I guess you got Michele Alboredo's helmet.
Oh,
I like that.
That's amazing. And then you created your own walking desk here.
Yeah, because I have to spend so much time on the computer that I can then turn those monitors on and walk while I work.
Sure. Yeah, that's
Try
awesome.
not to get too fat.
I know so many people that would do that.
Yeah, yeah, it works out.
Got the workout room, which was formerly also a
Workout
classroom.
used to be the homeschool
Right.
area. We had a couple desks there, and they would do their homeschool and then turn around and go work on the go-karts.
Right.
Or it was actually really handy. You know, it'd be like, okay, we're going to study fractions. Oh, I don't like fractions. Just a minute. Get up. Look at this go-kart. How many teeth on the front gear? How many teeth on the rear gear? Okay, divide those two. Oh yeah. Okay, so watch when the engine turns once, the wheel turns a sixth of that. Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Right.
Fractions.
Yeah, fractions are
Done.
cool.
Fractions
Right.
are now cool.
Yeah, no one ever did that for me.
Right. So this is the machine shop, and this weird thing is a float pot. It's basically a spa that you can lay in that is full with Epsom salt, so you float in it.
Right.
And it's a really relaxing. It's like a spa that you'd normally a whirlpool kind of spa, but it's just way relaxing. So after a race weekend, this is like. Whew.
This is awesome. I've never seen one of these before, and I didn't even see it when we were walking around. And yeah, like.
So when the tornadoes come, you jump in here, and we have a little TV and our
Oh yeah, look at that.
which is all hooked up to, and the weather radar and all that kind of stuff. And then we've got a battery in here with a power inverter, and this battery is on a
it's like a car battery.
battery tender.
Right, sure.
So it'll power this whole thing, the fans and everything, for about 3 or 4 hours.
Nice.
Off the battery if we lose the power.
And it's bolted to the floor, you said?
It's bolted to the floor and about 40 different half-inch lag bolts straight into the concrete. And then this is thick steel.
Right. I noticed it has a lifetime warranty, so you're probably going to be okay. Yeah.
I never noticed that. Lifetime warranty. I guess if you got hit by a tornado and this failed, your life would be
You're
over,
like, hey,
so
I
you
had
wouldn't
a
have to
warranty.
warranty. Right, it wouldn't have to warranty it. So 23.3.
So 2030.
31 is
2031 is, sorry, 2331 is the lap record for the go-kart track. Is the go-kart track named?
Mesa Vista Speedway.
Oh, well, there you go. Mesa Vista
We
Speedway.
named our ranch Mesa Vista because the view you guys saw is view of the mesas. Mesa
Okay.
Vista.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. We have, of course, the track records here for everybody. We're weird. I know. It's weird. There's Colin.
So it's not just like, yeah, no, I did a 22.
Oh no, this
Yeah,
is
it's like, yeah, let's see the data.
So here's the data. Let's see, 23.16 on a YGC tire, 710 with a Jika motor in 2001.
92801.
Right, 928.01.
Yeah.
So you
wait, and this is you got your class.
Right, the class
And then you
and
have
the tire.
Okay.
Because it mattered what tire you were on. Let's see what we have.
Well, thanks again for showing us your home. I know
No
it's kind of
problem.
intrusive for some people, but you were very willing to show us. and I
No,
think
no.
a lot of people are going to get a kick out of this
Cool.
because this is like racer heaven. So awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks
no
a lot.
problem. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
It's good.
All right, we are live. We are back for race number 2 at Thursday night. Oh, I got to turn off the Continental feed.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're about to get real shitty.
Yeah. Anyway, so we are back here. This is race number 2 of Thursday Night Blunder. You're here just in time to watch practice end and qualifying to begin, I believe. Or did qualifying just end? I don't fucking know.
We're starting qualifying right now.
Oh, are you racing?
Yes.
All right. Well, so that is the dulcet sounds of our last race's winner. The big winner of this week's Thursday Night Blunder, Jacob Campbell. Congratulations. Say something. Good.
I'm
We're
the
off to a good
best there
start.
is, plain and simple.
You what?
I'm the best there is, plain and simple.
Oh,
okay.
So
Okay.
much talent. It's the
So
only
you-
reason I won that race. It wasn't because everybody else red.
You're the most humble person you know, right?
Yes, I've never met anybody more humble than myself.
You are like the Kyle Busch of racing drivers.
Yeah.
The
So
Kyle
you-
Busch e-racing. Thank you.
Okay. So you couldn't leave it alone, even though you just won the big money race. You're out here trying to go for a second one tonight.
Yeah, nobody else can win. I mean, it's got to be all for me. You got to win the championship too. So you got to take all the points from everybody else.
Sure.
I see. Yeah, I haven't looked at the championship points in a while, but are you in it? Are you in the thick of things?
I think I'm in
change that.
third. I'm at least in the top 5.
Okay.
All right.
We have a chance.
Very
We'll
good.
see.
So it seemed like at the end, John Cantu, who's been in this series, he's been one of our original folks. I don't think he's
a
ever.
friend of-
Go ahead.
Yeah, saying he's a friend of ours in real life too.
Yes, and he's won some of our after-hours races, but I don't think he's ever won a big broadcast race. And you decided to screw his day up.
Yeah.
Well, what you guys did not get to see was or hear. Right before that happened, he asked. He said it would be really great if he could win because his car was sponsored by Jeff Braun. Oh, my apologies.
You have a dog. There's a dog attacking you.
It's like, is that a dog?
Is that a dog or is that a doll? I can't tell.
Yeah,
it's our dog. He asked that nobody.
I'm already not interested in what you're saying. Let's hear about the dog.
Let's talk about the dog. Yeah.
This is Miles. Where you at, buddy?
Miles.
Oh, hi. There we go.
He's just like, yep, put me wherever.
All right, so tell us about Miles.
Yeah.
Miles is There you go.
Okay.
He's
named after Ken Miles, the race car driver.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Oh, all right.
That was, we saw Ford versus Ferrari on our first date.
Oh.
Wow. Nice.
And now we're engaged.
Well, congratulations.
That's
Thank
awesome.
Thank you. Is he 10 months now?
He's about 10 months old.
Yeah, so he's still a little puppy.
Yeah.
He'll be here in January.
There you go.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
So would you say would you accredit your success to your support crew there?
Yeah. They really put in a lot of work this week. I mean, I couldn't do it without them.
Whenever you guys did this during quarantine, I remember being in the live chat and like hyping him up and talking to you guys, and you were commenting back, and I think I was fangirling more than he was, and he was racing.
You were getting pumped up. You're like, I am killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at him. I was like, they're talking to me. So it was cool. We really liked to be a part of this during quarantine. It was like, I saw it. I see it. It was like the highlight of our week. So.
Very cool. Well, we appreciate the feedback. We're getting a couple of comments in the chat room that Miles should run the third race tonight.
I'd be down.
We can make that happen if you want.
I mean, we can. I don't know how well. I don't have a paw adaptive wheel, but we could sure try.
Okay.
You could,
well, you got some time.
And you've already won. He could just sit on your lap and steer.
He could.
We'd put you back in the feed for that.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see a tweet of that if that happens. So make sure
we'll try it out in the heat race. Here.
Alex Bowman could do it. Are you saying Alex Bowman's better than you?
No, Alex Bowman is not better than me. I think Denny Hamlin said it best.
Sir, not on this feed.
I do believe you called him a hack.
Oh.
I bought a shirt.
Yeah, I was gonna say those shirts sold real well.
Yep, I own one.
Honestly, it should have that. If I was loaded with money, I would have bought about 100 of those.
Awesome. All right. Well, speaking of money, do you have any sponsors you want to thank tonight before we let you get at the second race?
Got to thank Continental, Valvoline, of course Acura, everybody that puts us on. It is one of the highlights of our week, so we look forward to it every week, and it's a lot of fun. But being able to run with everybody, and like even last week, my family watched on the YouTube stream, and they were texting me afterwards, and they were excited about it. So it's cool to see the outreach.
Yeah,
nice.
Definitely.
All right.
Jacob Campbell is our big money race winner for this week's Thursday Night Blunder.
Yep, waiting on that big e-check.
Well, you're going to go to the final or semifinal. We'll see.
Yeah.
Still to be determined. But anyway, congratulations. All right, now is the weekly ritual of trying to figure out how to hang up a Zoom call.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
Thanks, Jacob.
Cheers.
All right, we'll see you soon.
See you guys. Thank you.
Okay, how do I put him back in the lobby? Oh, he did it himself. Good. He learned.
Good man.
Yeah, he knows. Because if you remove him, like what happened with Lally in week 1, they just can't come back.
He's got to drive to Starbucks and
like get on his mom's account. Like it's a whole thing.
Right.
Anyway, so this is Heat 1. So we've already had qualifying. I don't know the results. Let's see. So it looks like, Jacob advanced. So Travis Wall, Daniel Vaught, Justin Mann, Jacob Campbell, and John Cantu set fastest times, I believe, if I'm reading this correctly. So they're already in for the final. Now, this is a smaller field than we had for the main event, which is very normal. So this will probably be a very short event. because the way the system works is it goes based on the max capacity of the feature race. We have decided that 25 cars was the max capacity for the feature race. So, having said that, it's going to go through these 2 heat races and figure out the qualifying order of everybody, but we probably won't have much of a consolation race. It may just be to eliminate 1 or 2 people. So we'll find out. I don't know. How many entries do we have here? Ah, that's a few.
Yeah, nice little field here.
Yeah.
A couple of repeaters. I see Lance Snyder is out there trying to be a race car driver.
Yep. Oh, in fact, we're only going to have 1 heat race, which means we won't have a consolation race. So basically, effectively, this race is purely for qualifying or for order for the final.
Right.
So if you know you're in the final and you're in this heat race, Ryan, what would your strategy be?
I'd cruise around the back.
Absolutely. If you want to be last, so you can start first. Now we've just declared that.
Yeah.
So this might be the most amazing race we've ever had, where everyone tries to be slower than the rest.
Cruises around. I would love it if they were all going like 1 mile an hour.
This is going to be like the Rolex 24 sprint race. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. The one where they set the BOP. Yeah. I was so excited when I heard about that race because I've never seen Andy Lally just wave everybody by. But it's going to happen. Yeah, green.
Guys,
why are they not going?
He said green. This
is basically going to be the roar before the 24 sprint race of racing.
Right. So I know we're getting ready to
green.
go green here.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, we are green. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Jeff Braun is such a damn good dude. He's in the chat room right now answering fan questions.
Oh, all right. Well, we can take off.
Yeah. So Jeff's got it from here, guys.
Why are they racing?
Season 8. Yeah.
What are you doing? Anyway, all right.
One guy spun. How do you spin going slow? Yeah.
Now they're just now they're just having
doing
fun.
It on purpose.
Yeah. Wait, so who's that? So that's Ben Cox again. Where is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's leading. I don't know why he'd want to lead.
Yeah. Look, everyone's like, "Whoops, I spun."
Oh no.
Whoops, I spun.
Is your arm hurt? Oh, now we're just wrecking each other.
Scratch your arm.
Scratch your arm.
Yeah.
Or, in the words of Brian Vickers, what? Now you got a tire going down. No, I don't.
No.
No, I can see it from here. You got to pit.
No, car feels fine.
Why?
What do you need? Andrew Pinkerton has a question for you. He wants to know if people in Hollywood abuse rental cars like race car drivers do.
No. For 2 reasons. One, so they're okay. I'm gonna scratch that. They do, but in an unintentional way.
Just because they're bad drivers?
Yeah, and they just don't respect things of people. So you know what I mean?
Entitled.
Yeah, let me put it to you in another way. So Ryan, you've had some fun with rental cars.
Yeah.
You know about vehicles and vehicle dynamics. When you fuck with a race car or with a street car, you are taking pride in the fact that you're manipulating the physics to ruin this rental car's day.
Right.
It's fun. Yes. I would not apply that same skill set to many of the people that I have known in Hollywood.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The traveling culture of Hollywood is not the same. Like, you may travel from shoot to shoot, but it's not the circus culture that it is in racing, where you're here for 3 days, somewhere else for 3 days. That exists in the documentary world, which is what I did with something like History Channel. But even at that, you're dealing with a lot of people that fit the stereotype of California, so they may not be as filled with the bravado that you might get with the racing culture.
Copy. Well said.
Huh? How was that? Holy
very
shit, maybe I slept.
Very good. Yeah.
That's the most patient you've ever heard me about this shitty-ass culture I live in.
Exactly. So, yeah.
All right.
You got some popcorn over there?
I got some popcorn.
Man,
I don't care about life. It's fucking awesome. Oh, feature race is over. Or the heat race is over. So I don't know who finished where. Let's see.
Let's see what we got.
What the hell? I don't know. Oh, this is the grid.
Okay, so who qualified last? Because that's who I'm listening to.
Yeah, okay. So the person who qualified last was Justin Parcher, who is a very experienced racer, and he knows a lot about it. Oh, Ed Smith, too. Ed Smith didn't even start. That was, I guess, the best way to do it. So they are first. But I'm going to give credit to Justin Parcher, who finished 8 laps down, which means he took the start and then just didn't bother. So I'm okay with either one of those two. Art Reimer is P3, Dinesh Ramaswamy P4. Carl, so honestly, Justin Parcher and Ed Smith probably did the best job of kind of taking the sleeper roles. Zach Lewis way up there. And then way down in the back is going to be John Cantu, Daniel Vaught, Jacob Campbell, Justin Mann, and Travis Wall. I wonder if Jacob Campbell can do the two-peat or the three-peat.
On for the double.
Then he really will be the Kyle Busch of motorsports.
Yeah.
That joke never gets old. Go ahead.
No. Zach Trump has been saying, "Can you? If you say the word cantaloupe, he'll throw the snipe."
Zach Trump will. Oh, Zach Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Cantaloupe.
Yeah.
I don't know what we just signaled.
Yeah. I think he's going to throw the snipe here, but
all right.
No
well,
one's crashing on the face lap here
we don't
yet,
need a
so.
snipe until we need it. I'd
Yeah,
rather wait.
So that cantaloupe is we're taking that out.
I'm putting that's on layaway.
Okay.
That's a layaway cantaloupe.
Okay. Put $1 on it at a time.
Yeah. Let's see let's see how this race unfolds, because I have a feeling. Well, Justin Parcher and Ed Smith are pretty good, but I have a feeling the guys in the top 5 now will not be the top 5 in lap 15. So, for example, like Lance Snyder, I don't know where he is, but if Lance Snyder was top 3 with 3 to go, he's getting sniped.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
so
we're going on the track.
Going green.
All right.
Hell of a start there.
Jumping
Nice
away is
job.
Ed Smith. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Now
He's got a huge Dinner with Racers logo on the back. That's cool.
He does. You want to take a look?
Yeah. Yeah, we should probably look at some liveries in this race since we didn't really do too much of that in the last one.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's go to the side. All right, I'm digging this.
Oh, he's got an RSX on it. All right.
Yeah. Let's go to
Type S even.
Yep, Type S and everything. So he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a great podcast episode all about the RSX Type S with John Aikita. Went out last week, and he's a great storyteller. Required minimal edits, and he's funny. He's also on Instagram.
Yeah, we got a lot of.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We got a lot of love for that episode. I've had a lot of people DM me on Instagram or tweet how much they enjoyed that one, and I think that's it's one of my favorite things. I know you enjoy it too when guests of our show that aren't household names in racing get that kind of response.
Yeah, we got a lot of feedback on Tim Keen, which made me very happy because a lot of people didn't realize what a legend that guy is.
Absolutely.
And when the positive feedback finally started trickling through, got a great text from him saying, "I feel protected," because I think he wasn't sure how this was going to go over.
Yeah. I screen grabbed a couple of comments that I'd seen and sent them to him.
Yeah.
And his response was like, "Who is that?"
I don't know him. I don't care.
Yeah, he's like, "Wait, who is that? What is that? What was he getting at?" I was like, "No.
What's
no,
his
they're
angle?
fans."
I work in this sport. I know people are angling.
Yeah, I'm like, Timmy's a fan. He's just a fan. Oh, okay, cool, right on. Yeah. So.
Oh, Justin Mann with the
e-racing livery there.
I'm digging
like
that. By the way, Zach Lewis is P4, so he doesn't need to snipe. He should go for the win.
Right. You should probably try to do this.
I don't know what Unix in. Is this his own thing? I wonder. I don't know if it's ours.
Are we about to click on meatspin.com?
Yeah, that's if we do, then he's getting out. Lance Snyder, P19. Jason Skeen with this. So this was his uncle, great uncle, Ricky Skeen.
I think it was his great uncle.
So basically, this is Skeen's Texaco.
Uncle Skeen.
Uncle Skeen, or great Uncle Skeen, not sure which. But Jason lives in the North Carolina area, and he had one of his elders is a big-time short track racer, and this is the tribute livery that he's running to that.
So, quick update: Unixin is a apparel company.
Oh, it's a real thing.
Yeah,
Probably
it doesn't seem to be very big, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's his.
Oh, okay. Well, I can promote that.
So
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Unixin.com.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and Alan Space is going over in his Team USA Andy Lally car.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cool throwback.
Yeah, I dig this one. This was in tribute to Paul last week.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's cool.
Justin Parcher.
Yeah.
Trask, more, and
that
we're.
a cat?
Say what?
Piggly Wiggly. Is that a cat dog?
Yeah, that is a. Isn't that a Nickelodeon cartoon or Disney?
Yeah.
Nickelodeon,
yeah.
I think. Never watched it. Oh.
Appreciate the effort. A lot of Continental love, as always. We appreciate that. So do our partners.
All right, we are 12 laps in. These things go by real quick. Ed Smith is still leading. Oh, wait, is he? Yeah, Ed Smith is still leading Zachary Lewis. Oh, Ed just got spun around.
Yep.
Is he in a dangerous position? I feel like he might be. Yeah, I feel like safety-wise, we have to go yellow.
Well, yeah, that looked pretty scary.
Yeah.
You split one of these things in half, then you'll have two of them, you know?
Exactly.
So
they're like worms.
Yep. All right.
All right. What's going on in the chat?
Jeff Brown's taking over. He's answering all sorts of questions.
Well, then shit. Let's just leave this up and take the night off.
I'm just going to put my computer down and walk away. Yeah. He's got a whole battle, or not battle, I should say, but
he's got a beef already?
He's fighting our fans. No, he's breaking down a D Sports racer versus a C Sports racer, and why they decided to go that direction. So
actually, now I need to get on this because I don't know either.
Yeah, you're like, I just want to listen.
All right.
Yeah.
Ben Cox is way down the order if I'm reading this right, so that's good.
Yeah. Yep.
Ed Smith,
keep him where we need him.
If I'm reading this correctly, yeah, Ed Smith is still our leader. Zach Lewis does not need this night because he's in the running for a win. John Cantu, who was denied during the big broadcast race, he's gotten it back up to P3. JTT, Jonathan Taylor Tammy, P4. And Travis Wall and that Piggly Wiggly is P5.
Do you have Disney Plus?
I do. Admittedly, don't watch very closely as much as I love Travis Brown programming.
Oh, yeah, no. All I do is watch Travis Brown programming. But I was asking because the Beatles documentary came out.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. No, and that's Peter Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Big Peter Jackson fan, but have not seen it yet.
Copy that. I'm really curious on your take because I think there's some things you're going to be like, oh.
Okay. Well, legitimately, with your recommendation, that might encourage me to watch it because I don't know that it was really on my radar. I'm not so the Beatles are like the Star Wars of entertainment for me.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with them. But I've never cared about the Beatles.
Gotcha. They were the first tape I ever bought.
Oh.
When I was a kid, so I've always really liked them. My neighbor had some of the records and he would play them, and I was like, oh man, we were the same age, but his parents put them on them, and so I got into them, and then obviously then I discovered current music at the time because I was 8.
No, but we have similar taste then because my first ever cassette that I bought as a kid was Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em. Which I was like, this is going to last forever.
Yes. This is the trend from now on.
This is the trend. It is just I am just and at the time, because I lived in San Bruno, California, I thought it was hardcore.
Right.
I thought that's what rap was. I had no idea what NWA or any of that stuff was. I was like, he was from Oakland, it was near me.
Yeah. It's I think Bert Bigley has a bit about that, how rap used to be just ribbity rap-tastic.
Exactly. That was my era.
Yeah, right.
As an 8-year-old white kid in San Bruno.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm curious if you watch it. So,
I have not.
You don't have to watch. It's like 9 or 10 hours of footage, so you don't have to watch the whole thing.
No, I mean eventually I will.
I imagine. Go ahead. I imagine you'd appreciate some of the. I'm not trying to tell you because I want you to come up with it on your own, which I know you will.
Have you seen any of the new Big Mouth?
I watched the first episode.
Yes.
The other day.
Pretty magical.
There's a lot of famous in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sting and so good.
Yeah.
So good. So we haven't talked publicly about the new episodes that are out.
Yes.
So if there are any fans that want to ask any questions about, the episodes that are out or what's coming soon or any of that stuff, we're happy to do a little Q&A with you guys. Obviously, Jeff Braun is doing a great job of answering all your questions. So, but now's the time to ask us.
I think Ed Smith just got taken out unless the race is over. I think it's still going. Yeah, John Cantu is about to win.
Oh, wow.
All right. Oh, or is he?
Cantaloupe.
Oh,
just
no.
kidding.
I don't know what that means. How many laps are we in? We have 2 more laps to go. Is John leading? I think John is leading Zach Lewis, who'd offered the snipe.
Yeah.
Well, he's in P2, so it's in his best interest. Oh, no. Oh, he just got sniped.
Oh. Wow.
Wow. And I don't think that was even intentional. But is he?
Yeah, John Canty.
Where's Zach Lewis? I don't know now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Was that even Zach Lewis that took him out?
No, that was just random. I think somebody thought we were declaring snipe, and we were not.
Oh.
But I don't. Did Doug Waite just win? Oh, I think it's over. I don't know what just happened. We definitely did not declare a snipe on John. I think somebody misunderstood. That was good. Okay. Doug Waite just won. John Canty was P2. I think he reversed into P2.
JTT coming home on the podium there.
Good job, JTT.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks for John, but congratulations to Doug.
Zach Lewis, I got cantaloupe. That was not the plan. Good commentary from pit lane there. Oh, man. Yeah. So, solid celebration taking place here. Nice. Couple of nice comments about our new episodes. Joe, I always screw this up. Leahy.
Josh Leahy? No, not Josh.
No, Joe.
Joe Leahy.
Joe Leahy. He wants to meet Michael Printup.
Oh.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Should I give my analogy or not?
No.
I was proud of it, but I'm not going to say it. He reminds me of a character on a TV show. But Michael Printup is very awesome. If you want to meet him, he's very approachable.
Yeah, if you're at Watkins Glen, you can just walk up to him. He'll love it.
He's given his phone number out if you look close enough on Facebook.
Yep.
He's genuinely a very friendly guy, and as you saw, he was very open. Gotta tell some honesty here. When we did that episode, we heard plenty of crazy stories that I was not sure were going to pass the PR test.
Right.
And since we did it directly with him, I didn't go to any intermediaries. We went straight to Michael, and not a lot of concern.
Yeah.
Very surprised.
He was really cool about it. One of my followers on Instagram sent me a note that he and his mom were a part of the Staten Island consortium to try to get the race held there. It was like a group of race fans that were like trying to basically vouch for the event, and like we're going to local town meetings and stuff like that. And he had said he got to spend a little bit of time around Michael Printup, and that he thought he was awesome and really a good person for that job. But also, he's from Staten Island. The guy messaged me, and he's like, dude, he's like, I'm glad I got out of there because they were trying so hard to stop the race. Like some of the things they were complaining about were like, if you needed an ambulance, you wouldn't be able to get one because the traffic would be so bad. Stuff like that.
Right.
So,
yeah. Look, if your community doesn't have a desire to have a race, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But it is amazing how steadfast people are about not having something happen.
Right.
Something that doesn't affect them at all. But no, I don't want joy.
Right.
Anyway.
So, Jordan says, Jordan W8497, some 41, hell of a name, wants to hear more stories about Yaron and Grid Girls.
I think he told plenty. I think he told more than he'd planned on.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Let's see here.
So my parents are in Disneyland, by the way. So luckily they're not watching this unless they watch the replay. But old Kathy Heckman has been paying attention to the Dinner with Racers Twitter, and because she asked me, because we tweeted about Jerome being Eskimo Brothers.
Oh no!
She asked me, "What are Eskimo Brothers?" And I was like, "It's nothing. It's from a TV show."
I gotta go. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
I never want to be asked by my parents about Eskimo Brothers again.
Right. Scott, our buddy Hurricane Barca, Andrew Barca, says he had no idea that Scott McLaughlin's wife is from Long Island. Pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah. His dad is literally
Kevin James.
Kevin James, his father-in-law. B. Tyler asks if I've been to Saeed's in the last year and a half. They've done so much work to it. It looks clean and respectable now. Who were we talking about taking to Saeed's when we were there?
Yeah, and didn't necessarily know what we were talking about, and his description did not match ours. Was it? I think it was Tim Keene.
Was it? Yeah. That's right.
We'd asked if he'd been to Saeed's because Saeed's is kind of a very well-known dive bar in the Mooresville NASCAR country. and Tim Keene lives in that area, and Tim seemed to like liquor. And
Yeah.
so it seemed an obvious
Fun
fit
time.
that he would, if for a guy who enjoys that kind of dive bar feel, including some jokes that we cut out. I believe you asked if he'd been to Saeed's, and then he said no, but then he described it, and we couldn't quite tell what he was describing.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I want to go where you're saying, because that sounds fun.
He was like, he's got green shag carpet and a volleyball court. And we're like, what the fuck? I don't know what this is, but okay.
So there's a couple of people. Well, it's Chris Bucola is saying spoilers. Yeah. Some of the people already listened to the episode, so we're talking about it.
It's
Michael
been out
Bush
for 10 days.
Yeah,
That's
Michael
on
Bush
you.
wants.
Go ahead.
Michael Bush wants to know when the Nasser beauty package goes on sale. He knows a couple people that could benefit. We're surprised it already isn't a thing.
Yeah, he should. He should be selling them right now. He has not taken us up on the offer.
Nope.
But I got to say, somebody actually less so Felipe because he knew about our show, but a guy like Scott McLaughlin, guys who we don't necessarily know when we meet them, but are relatively well known within the sport. I can't speak for you, Ryan, but it always warms my heart when they get a ton of tags about our show because
big time.
I don't know that Scott walked away realizing that we had a pretty solid fan following, and so when all of a sudden he gets hundreds of tags, I think he probably wakes him up to like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he didn't know that going in.
Yeah, no, he was so. I mean, he was one of my favorites from the season just because he was so cool, and like he started asking us questions like 2 seconds in, and you and I always say that whenever the guest is asking us questions, we know it's going to go well because they understand conversation.
Yeah, and they're just engaged. By the way, it's full screen you for a minute while I queue up the next race.
Cool. But yeah, we were really happy with him, and I find myself just randomly saying the phrase Puma Peanuts.
Yep.
Just randomly for no reason. I'll be like, Puma Peanuts. Yeah, that's it. That's me walking around my apartment going,
just
Puma
wait
Peanuts.
till willpower.
Oh, God. Yeah, man. Also one of my favorite episodes of all time. Yeah, so.
That's all we're going to say.
Yeah. Oh, so Jason Skeen's reaching out. He says it's actually a livery from one of his dad's cars from the 70s that raced at Bowman Gray Stadium.
Oh, cool.
Which is Charlotte's legend track is based on. So thanks for correcting us on that, Jason. We know that's a pretty important thing to you, and it's pretty cool. Christopher Gallagher says, can we get John Aikita to guest host Thursday Night Blunder?
Yeah. We'd have to get
it'd have to be an accurate race.
Yeah, the problem is there's a lack of Acuras in the we'd have to do like the Indy car, which we'd have to fake as being an Acura,
or we could do
the old P2 car.
Yeah, but our fans are so good about branding things that aren't.
Yeah, fair.
Acuras, like we were supposed to be doing the Riley thing, and somebody tagged me on Twitter in a picture of a Mercedes that had Acura written all over it, and I just thought like, good. I love that.
Everything about this.
Yeah. So. Yeah, a couple of people were asking for John Aikita, but cool. Yeah. Any last questions before we sign off for the night? You guys are the best. We appreciate the feedback. We also really, really appreciate tagging Continental, Acura, Valvoline on social media and trading paints as well for this stuff. That really goes a long way with us and helps us keep doing this stuff. So please keep up the support there.
So I'm looking in our lobby of guests of people that have participants. I already forgot who won the race. It was not Alan Space or Zach Trump or John Cantu, right? Who's Jeff Q? It wasn't Jeff Q.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think our winner.
Let's just cue one of them. Be like, did you win? No, click.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Let's find out who Jeff Q is. We're gonna go live. Let's hope this doesn't go bad.
Sure.
This could go really bad.
Not our fault. Not our fault.
All right, Jeff Q is. Can you see that queuing up on your end? You can't, can you?
Let's see. Oh yeah, it's connecting to audio.
Yep. Let's see.
Here we
we'll
go.
See how Jeff Q goes. He does not have a camera, it appears.
Smart man.
Jeff Q. I don't know.
Jordan Willman says he is excited for Helio's episode, and you should be because it was phenomenal.
Yeah, and it was not what we expected.
No, he was awesome. Like I love that guy.
Absolutely.
I was never like a huge Helio fan. Not saying I was like. I was just like, oh yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I was like, he's obviously a superstar racer. But I was like, if I saw him in passing, I was like, oh yeah, cool. Hey, I love that guy now.
Correct.
Like, he's the best. Let's see. Jeff Braun says, thanks again. Thank you, Jeff. You were the man. Thanks for coming in the chat room and talking to people. That is so cool. We really appreciate that. JTT is saying Douglas won. So, if you have a Douglas,
I think Doug Waite won. Correct. Now that you mentioned it.
So
and
Jeff
I don't
Q,
see
you're
him.
out.
Well, his audio is still trying to connect 3 minutes later, so I'm about to ban Jeff Q here.
Yeah.
All right,
Blocked,
Jeff
bro.
Q, you're banned. Put in waiting. I don't know what it took like 3 minutes. Still wasn't going. Anyway, all right. Let's go back to some racetrack action here. There we go. All right, just a few more questions, and there's these races go by so quick with the heat racing, especially with no heats, that we're only 12 minutes into a 40-minute practice. So we'll just like we did a couple weeks ago, we'll still leave the feed up. You'll still get to watch the racing. We may not be around for all of it, but we're more than happy to let you see your stuff. Yeah, Helios. I mean, pretty much everything coming. I was pretty happy.
Yeah.
Like, I think in both of our cases, you never know which willpower you're going to get, and we got an awesome one. Halio, I don't think either one of us was. He's always been somebody that you got to get him because it's Halio.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
You know, is he going to tell anything particularly phenomenal? Who
Right.
knows? Oh yeah, turns out he's a phenomenal storyteller.
Superstar.
Yeah,
superstar. And like we've text since.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
I guess I can give it away that he's in Atlanta from time to time.
Yep.
And he's just like, hey man, how you doing? It's like, what?
And I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
But towards the end of our recordings, towards the end of our batch, one of our guests in his current business ventures will take a dramatic turn that none of us will see coming.
Yes.
That's all.
I had somebody reach out in the sport.
Yep.
That said, oh, that'll be cool. And I told him the thing.
The details, yeah, right.
And they went, bullshit.
And you sent them the link?
I sent them the link. And I got back I got the crying laughing emoji back.
Yeah, no,
like,
it's real, and it makes no
real.
goddamn sense.
Yeah, so Michael Park says, how was meeting Schrader?
Cool. Very cool. We drove out to, I don't remember the name of the city in Missouri. DeKalb or I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it was cool. He gave us the time. His wife Ann gave us some time. We got to see his shop. His shop is pretty cool.
Yep.
And I
drank moonshine with him.
You drank moonshine with him. And he collects. So apparently, we talked about this with Jared Wakefield, one of our Blunder guests who does a lot of short track stuff. So he collects jars of dirt from track to track. Schrader does, and they're stacked all along his shop. So while not normal, that is not abnormal, apparently. It's like if you have a big momentous occasion, you collect a jar of dirt. I had no idea.
That's cool.
Anyway.
One of my things I'll remember about that drive is, or that episode, the pizza was really good.
Pizza was very good.
Like, I could...
And the chicken sandwich.
The chicken sandwich that you had was amazing.
Yeah.
It looked amazing. The pizza was like garlic-based crust or something. I can't remember what it was. But there was something about it that I was like, damn, that was really good.
Yeah.
And it was just like a hole-in-the-wall pizza place in nowhere, Missouri.
Yeah. And we threw a football in a parking lot. Not with Ken Schrader.
That's right.
But
it's in my car.
Yeah, we threw a football because we didn't know how long it was going to take because we stayed the night before is when we stayed in Missouri at a what do they call those places? The Holodomes.
It was the Holodome.
Yeah, we stayed at the Holodome the night before, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then we had like nothing but time to kill, so we threw a football in a parking lot. And I haven't thrown a football.
We did a Q&A with everybody. We did a
That's
live
right. We did. Yes.
Instagram
right after the
at
Holodome.
lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were very vague about being in Missouri because, in fact, I didn't get Lion's Choice for lunch because we knew that would be Missouri. Like if you know Lion's Choice, it's in Missouri only, and we knew that would give away Schrader, so I got Taco Bell, and I was happy with that, obviously. But the other thing I was going to say, there was something else. Oh, I found Rhino Rush after his episode.
Yes, that is
we
correct.
We drove pretty far into Illinois.
Yeah.
And I found some Rhino Rush pretty quickly, and it still works.
Yep. It shouldn't.
Works.
It should not be something we do as adults.
No, that should not be allowed. So
let's
see here.
Oh. Okay.
Chris Bucola asks, it's for me, but we should both answer this. Growing up in racing, can we believe all the people we've spoken to? I didn't. I mean, this wasn't in the plans. There was no idea that this was going to be a thing until 7 years ago. So for me, no. Sean and I both had this experience separately since the show has started, where we'll see people from the show that we've interviewed at racetracks, and they're like, "Hey," to us, like, we're not going out of our way because we're both the same people that are like, no one's going to remember me. We're never like, "Oh, don't you know who I am?"
Right.
And when Alvin Springer stopped you,
that was exciting
at Daytona.
Let me correct you on that story. He didn't just stop me. Yeah. He exited a conversation with one of the factory drivers to go talk to me. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Beat it, Jaminet. That's Heckman over there."
Yeah.
And that was the moment where I was like, "Yeah, suck it, Jaminet." Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and then while you were talking, you said that he was like, "Oh, and tell Ryan congrats on his championship," because I just done a TCR thing.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, that means he not only did he know, but he remembered to say something. And he broke off with one of his, drivers to go talk to you.
Yep.
That's the stuff that we're
absolutely
totally blown away by.
No, wholeheartedly agree. And I mean, it's I basically everything you just said is exactly what I would say. But we both have different our own motivations for doing this kind of thing. But one of the reasons I wanted to do the podcast 7 years ago was, when you do my kind of work, which apparently it's getting rarer to have this attitude, but as you know, my attitude towards PR clients is that the clients are first and not me. And I was happy that you and I had something that we could make ours.
Right.
Rather than answering to a client. And so when Continental way too easily agreed to doing this from day one,
yes.
And we realized we had to do it, the beauty is we've always had the freedom to do that. And so I'll, in my entire life, never be happy with anything. But one of the true beauties, not just in terms of the cool people that we're meeting, but the incredible amount of freedom we have to do what we do is something you'll never get again in life. And I know that. And so I'm doing what I can to savor these moments because you never know when this might end.
Right. Yeah. So let's see. This is a question for you.
Yeah.
I know the answer because I lived both of them, and I vaguely remember one of them. Who took longer to edit, Ryan Lewis or Jack Hewitt?
One is done, one is not.
Yeah, we got a tweet from somebody saying, I bet the problem with the Jack Hewitt episode is that all the best stuff's going to end up on the editing room floor.
Not wrong.
And I was like, yeah.
Well, yeah. So here's what I'll say about Jack Hewitt. And I say this with love, but I'll make this more general. One of the fun things about different generations is they come from different standards, and so we've learned over the years that some of the stories that come out of some of our more veteran personalities are maybe things they don't realize they shouldn't tell anymore. And there's a side of me, because I feel like you and I both have a very good understanding of that perspective of time and give them a break. Jack Hewitt falls very clearly into that category. Ryan Lewis, on the other hand, fuck him.
Yeah, screw that guy. He doesn't get a pass.
Actually, and honestly, the Ryan Lewis one wasn't that hard to edit because I just had to cut out 4 hours in the middle.
Let's see. Chris Bucola wants to know how the PR stuff has changed from the client first social is asking, is it like social media mentality? Can I answer this one?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Yeah. The mentality on my end hasn't changed.
Yeah. I think what my interpretation of PR was supposed to be is that if you're a PR person, you promote your client or your product or whatever it is you're hired to do, and not your personal stuff by bragging or claiming things that are, woe is me. And I think that's a frustration that we've noticed at times in the sport.
At times,
so,
yeah.
And not everybody's guilty of it, but it does happen from time to time. And Sean is always very quick when we talk about this to say, I've got my own show. So I can see how people, would say, well, what about you? You've got your own show. But it's not a client-based show. Like, our clients are Continental, Acura, and Valvoline. That's how you're going to look at it.
Pay us to integrate ourselves into it. It's part of the structure.
Right. You're right. And when we pitched them, it was like, here's what we're doing. And they're like, yes, you two need to do this. It wouldn't work with either one of us not being a part of it. So, and I think Sean's PR background is actually what helps us understand how to navigate a lot of this stuff. So, it's just one of those things that we notice every now and then. We're like, oh, okay, guess it's about you. Well, I think one of our favorite quotes is, way to make it about you.
Yep.
Yeah. Which we'll just say to each other. We'll say about others. Yep. It's just one of those things. So
exactly. I mean, we've. Okay, go ahead.
Who's worse, Ryan Lewis or Dane Cameron?
Oh, should we get into it?
I think we should.
I think it's time we finally get into this.
That's why I got so excited.
Yeah. So, I think we've both gotten a few private messages going, "What's up with the Dane Cameron thing?"
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So
Peter Cunningham was extremely concerned.
Like, was there something he didn't know? Petey Cunningham, your old boss, who's also been his boss.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like when I left Real Time to go do the Hart stuff, because at the time they didn't have a program in 2018 or 19.
Yep.
I had to take another ride, and then left the door open when their program. So Dane went there.
Yeah.
And like with, of course, my blessing and like no love lost on any side. So when Dane went to Real Time, they he had a great year. They kicked ass. They technically won the championship. And Peter Cunningham was like, why could who would say anything about Dane Cameron? Like, what is this?
So here would be, I don't want to speak for both of us, but I think this is sort of our collective answer. When those people text you or text me about what's up with Dane Cameron, here would be my question. When's the last time any of them thought to text about Dane Cameron?
Right.
So maybe we're helping them.
Right.
Yeah. So Dane Cameron,
also,
go ahead.
Let's say no one's ever said a bad thing about him ever.
No. And do you notice how here's the thing. There are some genuine assholes in the sport. Real ones.
Yeah.
And here's what happened. So Ryan, I'm going to be a guest. You ask me the question of who's the worst driver to try and pass.
So who's like the worst driver you've ever had to try to pass on track?
Oh, are we off the air?
Yeah, we're off the air.
Beep. You can't put that in, though. You can't put that in.
Right.
That's every one of our conversations with real assholes.
Right.
In other words, like, real assholes don't show up on the show because for some reason when someone is an asshole, you don't actually want to put that out there. I think some people on that side don't want to air their dirty laundry. So maybe if everyone's freely shitting on Dane Cameron, it's because he's loved.
Right. Because I don't want to get. I was gonna say, remember the shit. I can't. There's no way I can say it on the air and not give away something about it. But the Dane Cameron, Dane Cook.
Oh right, yeah. Suck it, Dane Cook.
Mistake. Suck it, Dane Cook. What?
Yeah, I mean, I hate comedians from the mid 2000s too. But
that's a really random choice, sir. Yeah.
So Dane is, without sort of getting too much into who's the best and whatnot, Dane is easily one of the best American sports car drivers in this country. I don't think anyone could dispute that.
Absolutely.
And yet, how many people are buying his shirts?
Right. Like, why are there not Dane Cameron hats or signs being made? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the dude is literally we can't. He's got amazing opportunities for a reason. He's unbelievably good, and he's also a super cool guy. Like, he's such a nice dude.
So-
So we decided to throw him under the bus for being horrible.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. It's like he spent so many years being Montoya's teammate, being Elio's teammate, being, so-and-so's teammate. And like, meanwhile, he's Dane Cameron. So now, don't you feel more comfortable going up to him that you have something on him? Like, how many people are now going to say, suck it, Cameron, in an autograph session? We hope.
Yeah, or have him sign that.
Yep.
Suck it, Dane Cameron.
Yep.
So that was kind of that's kind of the thing. Scott Nunn says, so Dane is a client.
So,
Like,
yeah,
he's a
sure.
client of ours, technically.
In a way, yeah, we're marketing the shit out of him. So sure.
Whether or not he likes it. Yeah.
He didn't. You're about to say he didn't choose this, but yeah, the whole thing is we're making sports cars great again.
Trevor Price gets it. Dane Cameron is like the Butch Light singer of sports car racing.
He understands that Trevor Price, that clever.
He gets it. Yes.
Clever Trevor Price.
Somebody asked if Dane and I will be driving together next year. We will not. He is no longer with the Acura family and has a really cool bunch of things coming up for him that we're all really happy to see. There was another. Andrew Hurricane Barca asked, do we ever tell the season's mark that the joke is happening, or do they wake up one day with their phone blown?
I haven't even talked to Dane yet. Have you?
I never said a word to him.
No, but I haven't talked to him since either. Have you?
No, absolutely not. I saw him at the Indy 8 Hour.
Right, but that was before all this was out.
Right, but like enough people we'd interviewed by that point, like there was enough.
Oh, you had that little tense moment of like, oh God, does he know?
Yeah, because like Long Beach had already happened. And I was like, oh, right. Is he going to say something?
Yeah, right.
And of course not, because he's a stud. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm too busy being awesome. But yeah, no, we don't. I don't think we've ever told a guest that there was a joke coming, including one of my best friends, Spencer Rompelli, when we started a rumor that he murdered somebody.
Yep. No clue.
Yeah.
Johnny O'Connell, we didn't tell. Although he does now. He now has grown to appreciate the joke.
Yeah.
Dario Franchitti, I actually think that helped us land him as a guest.
Yeah, because he was getting the tweets about it.
Yeah, this is going to hurt us getting Dane Cameron as a guest.
Yeah, this is really going to put the Dane Cameron thing on a little bit of a burden. But he traditionally the joke comes from like the first episode of the season. This year we started doing stuff so early with the TV stuff because we announced we're still filming and doing that stuff. So it's just something we came up with randomly without a guest causing it to happen.
Yep.
Which makes it even better for us.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
But anyway, he's now. But once again, as you're thinking about this conversation, when's the last time you thought about Dane Cameron a minute after a race was over?
Right. So, I was thinking we should do a shirt that says "I'm sorry, Dane."
I'm good with that. Where would the proceeds go? Yeah.
It's just T-shirt. You get a polo, I get a T-shirt that says "I'm sorry, Dane."
Yeah. I'll wear mine on laundry day.
Yeah. So yes, that's where it's at. Obviously, we're assholes.
Yeah.
And that's been the case. But he's smart enough to know that. So.
Oh yeah, there was a. Fuck. I can't tell the story well because I don't remember it well enough. But John Cantu. Oh, is he still? You know what, John Cantu? Let's call John Cantu.
Yeah.
John Cantu spoke to Dane Cameron at Laguna Seca not too long ago. And John and I are close, but John did not know this story. And he texted me like, hey, I just told Dane Cameron something about, being a Sean Heckman fan club. And I'm like, you have no idea what you just did. John Cantu, can you hear me?
I hear you, but...
You're driving?
I don't know how to work.
Are you busy?
He doesn't know how to work Zoom, it sounds like.
Yeah.
John?
Yep, I hear you.
Oh, there we go. Hey, what was that Dane Cameron story you had?
Well, for some reason, I decided to tell Dane Cameron that I knew a guy named Sean Heckman. And I'm not too sure why, but maybe because I love that guy, but...
But, and at the time, you didn't know anything about our Dane Cameron bit.
At the time, I knew nothing about the Dane Cameron bit. I just happened to go to the meet and greet there at Laguna Seca where Brian was there.
I was there.
Yeah, we got Sheena Muck, Ryan Eversley, Mason Filippi, and your boy
Jordan
Dan
Taylor.
Cameron, the great Dan Cameron, who does
Yeah.
the work.
Yeah, Jordan Taylor was there for a minute. He had to leave early, and I got there late, so we passed each other in the lobby. And then that's right, Dane was there, and he and I talked for a few minutes, and I think that was another one of those, like, has anybody let on anything yet?
And
like,
Yeah, I had no idea at
No.
all.
I just remember you texting me, and I was like, "Oh, you have no idea."
Yeah, no, I had no clue. Or you said he had something great coming, actually, and I honestly thought he's going Penske, he's doing something great, he's doing, you know what I mean? He's moving up in the world, but apparently it was even greater things. It was a great Continental podcast sponsored by Acura and Valvoline. You know?
Absolutely. There you go. Well, while we got you, and then we'll let you go back to practicing here. But so you look like you were close to winning twice now, and neither worked out. What was the deal?
I don't know. I'm just a bridesmaid. I'm not very good, and you can see the talent, working itself out on the paper and the results. But
right.
I got to congratulate Jacob on the first one, and I can't remember who won the second one, but these guys did a great job. So, it's a great thing Continental is helping put on here with General Racers and the Acura and the Valvoline. I just, iRacing allowing us to do what we do is just amazing. You got to thank Trading Paints for allowing us to paint these amazing jobs, like my Mesa Vista Coffee by Jeff Braun. You got to love that guy. Who doesn't love Jeff Braun, I'm sure he's got Continentals on his personal car, too, just like the rest of us. So,
Very good. All right. Well, on that note, we'll let you go. So, I for this third race, I don't know how much longer we're going to stick around, but for this third race, we're going to challenge you. Use your inner Dane Cameron and just push your way through, get that win.
Copy that. I'll pull like Dane deep out from underneath, and I'll try to do what I can,
There you go. All right.
Thanks,
Talk to you
guys.
later.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Sean. You're the man,
Thanks,
Sean.
brother.
All
Love
right, see you,
you.
man.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. How do I hang this up without?
I'll hang it up.
I got
That's
it.
right.
I got it. All right. I did it. There
All
we go.
right.
I'm proud of myself.
So, last question before we go. It's not directly for us, but we can answer this.
Sure.
And we have two different answers, I'm sure. But Zachary Laferge. I'm a NASCAR fan, but I want to attend a sports car race for the first time in 2022. What's the best track to go for the first time experience, and where's the best chicken sandwich by that track?
Ooh. Well, if you're going to go to sports car racing, I would definitely say go big. So I don't know if you and I are going to agree on this, but I would rank Daytona as my number one must-go-to event. It is long. It is an investment of time and money, but it is absolutely a phenomenal race to go to for every reason possible, from seeing a very cool track to a historic event. And the biggest thing I like about Daytona, even as a professional having worked at that event, not driving, for however many decades, the 7 a.m. walk on Sunday when the race has been up for 17 hours, that's when the media and the fans are less around, and all the big celebrity drivers are there sort of at peace. That walk like down pit lane at 7 a.m. is what reminds me that this is pretty goddamn cool what we're doing. Best chicken. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So here's the thing about the best chicken sandwich. There is a chicken sandwich that I genuinely love, but I don't want to admit to where because it's fucking creepy. And do you know where I'm going with this? No. Okay, so here's the thing, because I'm like, okay, so I think you know this about me, Ryan. I am not I'm a dude, but I don't like some of the dude things that dudes do. So like I'm not like if I ever have a bachelor party, we're not going to a strip club. I'm not into that.
Right.
And go ahead. Do you know where I'm going?
No. Well, I mean, I was like, does Lollipops have a chicken sandwich?
No, but Wing House does.
Oh yeah.
Right next.
I do. I like their wings.
And their chicken sandwich is actually really good. About a half mile away from the track, just down the boulevard, is Wing House. Wing House is very much of the Hooters, Twin Peaks ilk. I think it's in Florida only. Am I right? And if you're like an older guy like me, the waitresses there make me uncomfortable. Like I'm just like, this is nothing about this is okay. And but a lot of the crew, at least for the teams that I've worked with, go there. So you want to be one of the guys, and so you go and you hang out. And I genuinely like the chicken sandwich, but I don't need someone rubbing my back, making me think maybe they like me, and I'll tip them more. Like, I get what you're doing, and it's fine, but not for me. Just give me my sandwich. That's all.
No, that's obviously your second favorite chicken sandwich on the schedule.
Yes. First is VIR.
Yeah, obviously.
And actually, if you're going to go to a non-investment, I shouldn't say non-investment, Daytona is a huge investment. If you're going to not go big, the VIR race is, of course, the other one to go to because it's a beautiful track, amazing people that run it. The chicken sandwich there is the absolute best in the paddock.
Right. No question.
And but go ahead, Ryan. What were you going to say? Thanks for saving me.
Daytona is a great answer. It's probably one of the easiest tracks to get to because if you can fly into Daytona, that's huge. But Orlando's like an hour and 15.
It's easy, and there's so many other things.
Yeah, it's a straight shot. There's a shit ton of hotels, so there's options nearby for staying. And then like you said, the event's huge. It always brings out big drivers. So that's a really good one. Road America is one of the coolest places you can ever go because the town is, the town itself is cool even if there wasn't a racetrack just up the road. It's beautiful, and it's kind of like it's almost as if it's a state park that just happens to have a racetrack be a part of it. And then I'd say VIR is very similar in that same way. And they're, as we featured in our TV show, the local city is really coming to life and becoming like something you'd want to go have a meal at or a drink. Exactly. And now they're getting a casino. Did you see that?
Oh, that big mill's getting turned into one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's going to open up a crap ton of hotel room options for teams.
Remember when we almost lost a drone?
Yeah,
filming that what is now a casino.
Right. So those are a couple of mine. Obviously, I'm not the chicken sandwich guy, so I don't have but I do like the wing house food. Actually,
it's good and it's uncomfortable because I like the sandwich, but I don't I'm just not. And this isn't me trying to virtue signal because I don't care, but I'm not into that thing. It's not for me. But but obviously the Heckman is amazing at VIR.
Yeah, Lally and I, when we first got into jiu-jitsu and the UFC and stuff, the Hooters would show the fights for free.
Right.
And so we were like, oh, we got to go to Hooters. It's right down the street. And it was every night I'm like, maybe we should just get this on pay-per-view. I'm apologizing the whole time.
Yeah. And I think we're both dudes in the traditional sense, but just no. Yeah. I don't. And the thing, and I don't know enough about laws in Florida versus say here in California, but I get the impression they don't have to be as stringent on some of the things that they do in Florida, and it's just uncomfortable. Yeah.
You shut off the Continental feed, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Making sure.
I'm just I spend the whole time at the wing house. I don't even know if I can. No.
Yeah.
I'm in my 40s. Yeah. This is not okay.
All right. Well, we should probably leave now before we say worse things.
Yep.
But thanks again, everybody. We appreciate the support. Thanks for promoting our new episodes to your followers. That helps us a lot. But the biggest thing is the commenting to our sponsors and also the guests. It's super cool when we see a Scott McLaughlin or somebody replying to our fans that they enjoyed it. So
yep, exactly.
Thanks for doing that. We appreciate it.
Yep. I don't want to speak for both of us, but I think I can. We live for those little moments where it all becomes vindicated. So those couple of days after things go out and everyone's tagging us and tagging all of our guests, just like Ryan said, neither of us are getting rich on this deal, and the payment, so to speak, the value that comes out of that in terms of fulfillment goes a very, very long way. So thank you for the continued love.
Yep. All right. Let's get out of here.
All right. Like we were saying earlier, we're going to leave the feed up. Ryan's going to take off. I will take off as well. I might come back and interview the winner at the end, maybe. But we'll leave the feed up just so you can see who wins since we've come this far. But we're both going to get out of here. Thank you all for watching. We'll keep this up for a little bit. That's all I got.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Ryan, I'll text you.
I'm hanging up.
Hold on, I got to put you in the thing because I got to leave the Zoom call open.
Right.
All right, you're going to a lobby. jump on for just a couple minutes here to close out this final race. As you can see, it's yellow. Art Reimer is leading. William Boos P2, I think. And several people still in it, all the way down to David Lindhagen in P12, still on the lead lap. So plenty of people still to go for it here as we have a couple lap shootout for the end. I'm just coming on to see how this finishes, declare a winner, see if anyone wants to do any post-race interviews, just to sort of engage with the folks who participate, and then we'll call it officially for the night. For those of you who are still sticking around for whatever reason, hearing the droning of Formula V's going in circles. All right, so currently leading Art Reimer, who I believe took an after-hours win a couple weeks ago, so he's looking strong in his first year of the series. William Boos, P2, obviously a series regular. I don't know his win count, if any. Ed Smith, P3, Justin Parcher, P4, Christian Abbott, P5, Alan Space, P6, Justin Mann, 7, John Cantu, who's been so competitive all night long and just hasn't quite got that win in P8. Trying to close it out, followed by Lance Snyder and Chuck Kleinhagen. So our normal contenders here in the top 10. JT Tammy asking to give you a name. I believe you were looking for Snipes. And here's the problem. I got no problems with our top 10. I have no one to snipe. We'll see if anyone dirties anybody else up worth sniping. But right now, I can't believe I've got a guy willing to do a hit, and I got no hits. You know what I like is that the viewership went down as soon as I got on the air, which is awesome. All right, we're green. Art Reimer jumping out. Good start there, actually. And looks like we're going to have just sort of a 3-lap shootout to the end. Like I said to JTT, we have 0 hits called. We're just going to let this one play out. Art on a really strong restart. 2 laps to go, I think. Yep, I'm looking at that right. Ed Smith making a earn it. But Art right now has a pretty comfortable, what looks like 1 second gap to everybody behind him. So Art's looking really strong as we get into what should be, I believe, our final lap. And Art will take away yet another victory if he can just hold on for another couple of corners. He will be our race 3 winner tonight of Thursday Night Blunder. And looks like he's done it. And I believe it is over. Art Reimer is our winner. And, oh, did he go? Nope, didn't go over. God bless it. All right. The good and bad of our damage off races is that you can all keep crashing, but we don't quite get the fly off of parts we like to see. So, big splash. There you go. Oh, there. That is just a beautiful thing to see. All right, I think that's going to be it. All right, we'll bring on Art for a second here, our big race 3 winner. And then we will call it a night. Another successful night of Thursday Night Blunder. Only 3 events left in the regular season before we clit down for the Christmas holiday, and then we'll have a couple of our postseason events in January, and then that will be the end of this season's Thursday Night Blunder. Art, can you hear me?
I got you, Sean. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Congratulations. Let's see if we can. Are you on track still?
Thank you. Yeah, I think they knocked me out at the demo derby at the end, though. So
all right. Well, we'll just keep it up then. So correct me if I'm wrong, because I was a little bit checked out for the first half of the race, but it looked like those last few laps on the restart, it looked like it wasn't that exciting. It looked like you had a very comfortable kind of hold on the field.
I just wanted to get a good restart because I didn't know if I was going to get sniped or if Booz or Ed were going to send it. So, I was just trying to get away from the rest of the field, get all by myself, and get the win.
There you go. No, so as the leader, how fearful is that snipe element? Because I don't know. I've never been in that position.
If I'm the one trying to do the sniping, then you probably should be afraid, because even though I'm not good at sniping, I do make an effort. So
I appreciate that. But as a leader, do you feel vulnerable?
Absolutely. Not only from that, but I was also worried that even though Booze and Ed were about a second back at the end, they still had a shot at sending it. So
Absolutely.
I just want to. Well, I mean, it is Thursday Night Blunder, so.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's the whole point. So, all right, man. Well, I think this is your first year doing this, but already you've had 2 wins. Am I right?
I had a Wednesday win.
Oh, it was a Wednesday win. That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
so this is your first official one.
Yeah, this is my first win on Thursday.
Nice. All right. Well, that win will advance you to whatever we declare our next round to be. We're still deciding if it's going to be straight to the final or we'll have a semifinal. Depends on a few things in terms of the next couple weeks. But either way, you're moving to whatever that next round is, and we'll go from there. So congratulations.
All right, thank you. Thanks to Continental Tire. Thanks to Acura. Thanks to Valvoline. Thanks to Trading Paints. Thanks to all the other sponsors that I probably forgot. But
No
thanks
one's
for
paying
putting
you.
this on.
Very good. All right, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right. See you in a bit.
All right.
All right. And on that note, apparently, John, are you here? I didn't know. I don't know how you're in the room, but I don't know what I
I
did.
don't know how I'm in the room either. You just threw me in here. It's kind of awesome. I just want to thank Continental Tire, thank Acura, thank Valvoline. You guys put on an amazing show. I want to thank all the participants tonight, all the winners.
How long has that beard been going? That is a rocking beard.
It's this is actually a COVID beard, pretty much.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Looks good.
actually shaved it once, but I thought I might have caught something, so
Yep.
I wanted a precursor in case we needed to put something on.
I got you. Okay.
Turned out everything's fine, and it's rocking there. Like the mustache, though, it's that's really coming from it. It's based off of one of the old Magnus team members. So
Oh,
really looking at
Bob
that.
Carroll.
I just want to thank Continental Tire.
There you go. I'm digging
You
it.
know what I mean? They're doing it. They're bringing it. They're the ones, you know. Just
Very
want to say thanks, man. You know.
Cool,
you
man.
guys put on a great show.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Well, hey, by the way, so with that beard, have you spent months on end on a special effects video, but after all that effort making those special effects, all anyone comments on is your beard? Has anyone done that to you yet?
Not to me personally yet,
Okay.
but it sounds like something that could happen to somebody I know, and I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. All right. Well,
I admit,
go ahead.
For us bearded guys, you looked amazing. I gotta say, you know, that was well worth the bit.
I'm glad for you it was. As long as you're happy, John, then I'm happy.
I couldn't laugh anymore. I thought that because I was already pulling off the Heckman without even knowing I was pulling off the Heckman, so that was
Good.
That was awesome.
We're of the same ilk. So, well, you'll be the first to know, as well as the handful of people still on the YouTubes. Next week, we have a special guest commentator, Lynn St. James.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know why she's doing it, but she's going to do it. And we told her one event. I need to make sure she's okay with the changing an event. But next week, a few people have tested with us. I think you might have been one of them. We are going to go to the dirt of Eldora. We're going to bring some F1 cars. We're going to bring some Audi GTOs, some dirt street stock. They're all going to be in one class together, which is surprisingly well matched. And then, of course, Dirt Legends to throw the whole thing off.
Yes, that's going to be an amazing weekend. Got to thank Continental again. Got to thank Valvoline again. Got to thank Acura again. Thank you personally, Sean. You're the man.
Absolutely. And to Ryan as well. On that note, we're going to be out of here, and enjoy your week, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. You guys have a good one.
Are you not entertained?
Thanks, man. Have a good night.